Hello, everybody. Good evening. Please confirm if you can hear me. Please confirm in the comments if you can hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me. Can hear me? Okay, good. All right, so you're here. If you are on Zoom, it is because you paid for the accelerated experience. Yeah. So you're supposed to be on Zoom. If you paid for basic, you should be on YouTube. All righty. You can hear me. Good. I can see YouTube from YouTube too. You can hear me. Oh, don't worry, Dr. Wright. That will be sorted by the end of the class. We'll sort it. Well, I want to believe that everybody on this call will not do that, transfer the link to people that are not supposed to be in this class. After all, we are all either training to be a coach or already a coach. I'm a very positive person, I just like to believe that, most people have good in them. So I'm not bothered. All righty. So let's see, how many people do we have in class now? Good. How many people do we have in class? We have 33 streaming on YouTube and 9 on Zoom. Where are all my Zoom people? Hey, what is happening? Why is this class so empty? I think we're supposed to have about 30 people on Zoom, but we will start the class right away because our time is fast spent. I didn't start talking until around 4 minutes past 7. So I apologize for that tardiness. But then we need to start because we have a lot to do. I hope that we are all ready for this class. All right, welcome everybody to the day 1 of Expert2Coach Challenge, June 2025. I am very, very happy to have all of you on this call, and I can't wait to do amazing work with you this week. We start right away. My name is Mayowa Adeoti, and I'm your coach for this week. You will all be working with me throughout this week. I hope that you have your week properly scheduled so that you can take the most advantage of this program. And that is very, very important because, the reason I structured this program the way I structured it is to break a problem that I see in the industry, to see a problem that I see that a lot of people are having, and that is execution and implementation. I know quite a number of people here have either bought a course before, bought a book, did this, did that, and for some reason, they either get overwhelmed or they are not able to really do something tangible. When God gave me the idea to start Expert2Coach, I looked into the industry and I thought, what exactly is the problem here? And I see that it is the problem of execution and implementation. So I structured Expert2Coach to be an executing and implementing program. Meaning that if you are here and you are crossing your leg in front of your TV, you are wrong. If you are here and you are in your kitchen cooking dinner, hey, you are wrong. Because why did you pay for this class in the first place? I'm sure it is not to come and look at my fine face, right? It is because you're ready to just do this thing once and for all and get it done. So you should be in your office, in your library, in your study, by your desk. If you want to sit on your bed, that's okay. Just make sure you have your notepad and your pen beside you, because you will be writing, doing a lot of things. I encourage notepad and pen, even if you are, the techie type and you like typing using Google Docs and all of that. I also absolutely love Google Docs. Like at my agency, in the Launch Smart team, everywhere, we use Google Docs. But I would say that, sometimes writing, there's something it does to the brain rather than typing. Sometimes I don't know if it's me alone, but there's something writing does. So if you can get a notepad and a pen beside you, because why are we in class today? It is to come and do. The era of talk has finished. It is come and do. So I will be your guide in today's, class, guiding you on with your workbooks. Everybody, I want to believe that everybody have their workbooks now. You have it opened on your system, on your phone, wherever you're watching me from. I always also encourage people to have at least 2 devices. You can have your phone and have a system beside you. It helps you to even do more, so that you're watching me on one, you have your workbook opened on another one, and then you have your notepad and your pen beside you. My name is Mayowa Adeote once again. I am known as Website Chic in the online space. I lead the team at WC Digital Agency, where we help experienced professionals with over 10 years, with 10 to 20, 30 years of experience, who desire to turn that knowledge into a coaching program, a course, a mentorship program, and so on. So at the agency, we have all sorts of products, to suit people like you who want to experience what it is to make impact and profit at the same time. Cumulatively, we have done over $2 million in sales for our coaches and us. So it's been a wonderful ride. The agency is about 8 years old, and I'm totally grateful to God for everything that, He has used the agency to do. We have worked with a lot of notable people. I will not start mentioning the names here right now, but I'm saying this so that you will know that, everything that I will be teaching you today is from experience, raw experience, experiences of failure, experiences of failure and experiences of absolutely amazing success. So when you hear me say that, anything I say in Expert2Coach Challenge, I don't say any of them lightly. Everything that I say, there is power behind it. So when you want to, as you're listening to me in this class, so what should you do in this class? Number 1 is listen. And when I say listen, I mean unbundle everything that I say. Every statement that I say, look at it, break it down, unbundle it, ask yourself, how does this apply to me? How do I get this to work? All of these things are very important, because the stuff you will get here tonight is the knowledge that people have gone ahead to use immediately, and they started getting results immediately. It is the foundation that a lot of coaches in the online space today do not have, and it is why some people struggle instead of thriving. I desire that everybody on this call with me today, I desire that you all thrive after Expert2Coach. That is my ultimate desire. So please, as we start, focus, get away from all sorts of distraction, And do not belittle the activity that we want to do in class today. Now, I am saying that because some of you, especially by the time we start, you will be wondering, what kind of question is this? What is wrong? What is this? You know, especially some people will come and tell me, like somebody sent me a message a few days ago and said, I already know my niche and all of that. It does not matter if you already know your niche. Still do it. You know what? Humor me. Anything that I ask you to do today, even though it looks stupid to you, humor me and do it. Because you know what? Expert2Coach challenge is created in such a way that day one fits directly into day two, day two fits directly into day three. Meaning that the work you do in day one today is what is going to fuel most part of day two. If you don't do this day one, it will be very difficult for you to get the power of the results that you should get in day two. So I want to plead with you to please do the task. Even if you think it is beneath you, do it. Last month, Edith Lemoha, that's her name. She gave a testimonial, on day 2 of Expert2Coach Challenge. And she said, when I bought this program, I almost didn't buy it because I thought, all these low budget courses, that's what they usually do. They don't do justice. And then she said on day 1, you started asking us, write down your passion, write down. She said she got so angry. She was angry. She started even shouting in her house, saying, oh God, why did I come? Why did I buy this program? What is all this and all of that? She used her own mouth to say it, And on the second day, yeah, she was sharing this. And then she said, she takes back everything that she said because she didn't think in her wildest imagination that the kind of inspiration and insights she got by day 2, that she will get it just by starting from where we started from. I've taken a lot of time to give you all of this preamble so that, you can all be with me and we can start as fast as possible. And we can we can move as fast as possible. So I will be sharing my screen, right away, and we will get to it. Okay. So if you're here and you did not get it, you should have, sent a message into the group. My team, they've not rested. They have been working over and over. If you paid by your card, if you used your card to pay, or you paid on the website through transfer, you shall pay through the payment platform, you got the emails from us. It may be in your spam. It may be in your promotions folder, but it is not possible that that email was not sent to you. So except you did a transfer and we needed to, enroll you manually, please check your emails. For those that said they are still, my team have been working non-stop, since morning, trying to enroll everybody and ensuring that everybody is sorted out. So ENT, just search Mayowa in your email. An email from me, you got it. You got it in your email. It may be in spam. It may be in your promotions folder. All right, great. So we'll start. There are 2 versions of the workbook. There is one for basic, there is one for accelerated experience. Now, the only difference between the 2 workbooks is just that the workbook for the accelerated experience have more examples, added into it. But that is not a problem. As I teach in class today, you will hear me talk about the examples. You will hear me. So everybody, if you're on YouTube, please listen to me carefully. I will read out the examples. You can write them down if you want. You can listen to them so that you use it. The The usefulness of the examples is just so that you can see from different angles how what we are doing can be applied to what you are doing. So, and everybody will be carried along, whether you are on YouTube or you are on Zoom. Okay, good. Now, the first question you want to answer. Again, remember that I said that this is an execution program. Oh, I think I saw when somebody said their question started from question 2. But I didn't take notes. I just thought, no, it's not possible because I still edited the workbook myself yesterday. And for some reason, I missed it. But do not worry. Question 1, I will just say it out like this and your workbooks will be corrected. I apologize for that. So the question 1, we'll start from question 1. For those that don't have question 1 in their workbook, question 1 is for you to list out 3 to 5 things that you're passionate about. I hope you can all hear me. List out 3 to 5 things that you are passionate. That's question 1, which is missing in this document, especially for people on YouTube. Please, your question 1 is list 3 to 5 things that you're passionate about, that you love. And everybody, you know that you are writing what you are writing it in your book. Even though later on, I will ask you to type it. At some point, I will take a break. And when I take that break, it is to quickly do some reviews in the chat so that I know that everybody is, on the same level with me. And we are all on the same level. So whatever you write, please, to thyself be true. Nobody has a cane over your head, though. Do you understand me? Nobody is beside you saying, I'm looking at what you see, anything. When I say write out 3 to 5 things that you love, that you're passionate about. Like if you love sleeping and you think, sleeping, what is the usefulness of sleeping to anybody? That's what you think. You may be surprised that by the end of this class today, you will get another thinking about the usefulness of sleeping in correlation to what you are about to do tonight. So what I'm telling you in essence is be very, very free with yourself. Allow yourself to write things, even from several years ago, things you used to love doing, that responsibilities and life has taken away from you. To allow yourself to be as expressive as possible. I hope you are, as I'm talking, I hope we are all writing. You're supposed to be writing as I'm talking. We all heard the question, even if you don't have it on your screen, in your workbook. Write out 3 to 5 things that you absolutely love, that you are passionate about. Things that when they wake you up in the middle of the night, you will wake up immediately and you will start expressing and you will start doing it and you will start dishing out value. It doesn't take you 30 seconds to boot when you are asked to do these things. It could be anything. It could be anything, and I mean it. It could be anything, but you know that it is something that lights you up. It is something that you absolutely love to do. We all have those things. We all have those things. Now, let me say this. What today's class will help you to do. There are people, absolutely, over 90% of people, because we take surveys at the end of every class, over 90% of people that have attended day 1 of Expert2Coach said they got clarity. Because no matter where you belong to, maybe your own is, I don't even know what I know how to do. I just know that I've had a lot of experiences and all of that, and I have no idea what I am supposed to be doing. You will get clarity tonight. If your own is that experience won't wound you, like you have experience, you have skills, you have qualifications, there are so many things that you can be doing and you are so confused about which one to actually do, you will get clarity. For people who are already expressing and you're already a coach, you're already doing something, you're sure about the focus and specificity of your niche, and you're wondering, what is in this class for me, right? Let me tell you what is in this class for you. What is in this class for you is, on that thing that you're doing, number one, you will get more clarity. Number two, that does not have to be the only thing you're doing. So whether you execute it now or later, you get the formula you can use anytime you're ready to break out into a new expression as a human being. Because at every, it's like when you open a book now, at every point in life, sometimes our faces in life change. Sometimes the things that we're doing, will move and change and all of that. Even though my agency started because I started training people about what I knew several years ago, I stopped training. I stopped teaching, and I didn't do any form of training or teaching for about 5 years because I was busy building my agency until I got to a level where I had structures and all of that. And I know things can move even without me, to some level before I started and said, okay, I'm now ready to coach people. I was supporting a lot of coaches, helping them, being their engine and all of that. And that was okay. It was what I wanted to do at that time, and it was what I was destined to do. When it was time, I flipped the book and I started coaching. It's not even up to 2 years now. It's not up to 2 years that I started the coaching arm as a personal coach. I was just focused on assisting others through the agency before. So what am I saying to you? That, there will come a time in your life when you need to switch or you need to add something else. So it is good for you to have the mechanism so that at that point, you just use it. So please, I hope we all have that written down. We will move to workbook question 2 right now. Question 2. So I see a comment on YouTube. That is not correct, actually. To be honest, let me tell you the truth. YouTube experience is usually better than Zoom because Zoom is an heavier application than YouTube. YouTube, you don't know how many billions or millions, I don't know. I don't know it too, but I know that YouTube is the best video player in the world. No player beats YouTube in terms of playing of video. So if you're having problem, it is your network, not because you are not on Zoom. Okay. All right. So why do you love these things that you love? Question 2. Answer these questions. For each passion that you wrote down, maybe you wrote 3 or 5 or 4, why do you love them? There must be a reason. There's always a reason why you love to do what you love, whether it is for you or whether the reason you love it is you love it for you, or whether the reason you love it is because of the effect it has on people that you do that thing for. So whatever the case may be, write it down. How does it make you feel? In front of each one, you wrote down different points of the passions you have, the things that you love. In front of each one, write it out. How it makes you feel. Why does it matter to you? What are the experiences behind this passion, that has made it special for you? These are some of the this could be some of the reasons why you love the things that you love. There are certain questions that we've not taken the time to ask ourselves over the years. And this could be one of them, that you just know you love these things, but you've not really delved into asking yourself why you love what you think you love. Why exactly do you love it? Is it about how it makes you feel? Is it about, is there a special feeling? Does it help you to fulfill destiny, or you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, or you like to give back to the society, or why? What is the reason? What is the reason? What is the reason? Write it down. I hope we are all writing. I hope that we are all writing. Why do you love what you love? I love helping young entrepreneurs because it gives me joy. Because I struggled when I started my own business and I want to make it easier for others. That could be one reason. Another reason is I love designing clothes because it allows me to express my creativity and share our rich culture through fashion. Another reason could be that you love cooking, you love teaching cooking, you love teaching people how to cook because you like to connect with other people, and teaching them how to cook helps with that connection and keeps traditional recipes alive. Maybe it is traditional recipes you love to cook. I love to improve the health of people in my community. It is important because I see how preventable illnesses affect families. Can you see all of these things that I am reading out? They are examples of why you love what you love. There is a reason you love what you love. Sharing my banking experience is fulfilling because I can guide others through the challenges of the finance world and help them succeed. So maybe you're a banker here, you work in a financial institution, you do this, you do that. It does not have to be just things you do. It could be your career that you just absolutely love doing the things you love in your career. So don't make it too, what do I say, personal, too personal. And again, I want to say this. Don't be too rigid with, oh, I already know my direction. Free yourself. Don't force yourself to write things that are just in line with where you think you want to go right now. Allow yourself to be led tonight. Allow yourself to be led, just free yourself and write. 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 Why do you love these things that you love? I hope that we have all done that. So be honest with these things. So this is a thinking activity. You are not just writing, you're thinking deeply as you're writing. Very important. Take it as I'm here guiding you, but take it as if you are the only person in the corner of your room, doing deep work, because what we are doing here tonight is deep work. Okay? So be honest, think deeply, and don't limit yourself to anything. Again, free yourself. Don't be rigid. Don't limit yourself at all. No passion is too small or unimportant. There is nothing that is unimportant. You'd be surprised at how everything can link up at the end of the day. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we have all written that down. We will move to exercise 2. So, in exercise 1, we had 1 and 2, question 1 and question 2, which is, what are your passions? And why do you love the things that you love, those things you say you are passionate about? Why are you passionate about them? What do you love about them? Can I see in the chat session if you have completed exercise 1 and 2? Let me know. Say yes. Say yes in the chat. Say yes in the chat. I'm in the chat right now. Say yes if you have completed exercise 1, which is question 1 and 2. Say yes in the chat. Say yes in the chat if you have completed. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, ENT, Wuraola, Violet. YouTube audience, have you finished question 1 and 2? Yeah, good. Yes, 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 yes. Good. On it, Chinyere. Okay. Continue writing. Continue writing. So we will move to exercise 2 right away. Now we want to recognize your strengths. We are done with passion for now. Put that passion by the side. We will come back to it. Okay? Where we are right now is we want to unbundle your strengths. We want to unbundle your strengths. Okay? So the first question here is write down at least 3 to 5 skills. So this time around, it is not passion. Do you know that you can be passionate about something and not be skillful at it? You can also be passionate about something and still be skillful at it, right? So it is two ways. You can be passionate and not be skillful. You can be passionate and be skillful. It will be different for different people and for the different types, of passions that you wrote down. So now put passion by the side. Let's talk about skills. I want you to write down at least 3 to 5 skills or areas where you consistently perform well. Now, note this phrase: 3 to 5 skills where you consistently perform well. Because what is a skill anyway? The literal definition of a skill is something you know how to do well. You may not love it. And now, when I ask you to write 3 to 5 skills, you don't have to love these skills. You don't have to be passionate about them. But you know that you are very skillful at it, such that when they wake you up in the middle of the night, you can do it. For example, a surgeon who can do any type of surgery. You know how they call them for emergencies in the middle of the night. It does not matter that you wake a surgeon up right now. If you put a surgeon inside the operating room, he will start operating immediately. Why? Because he's skillful at being a surgeon. So what are the skills that you have? And I want you to think years back. Please do not limit the things that you're writing to only what you're currently doing right now. Think back. And I'm talking to the seniors here. I'm talking to the seniors here. And when I say seniors, you are 50 years and above. I know that we have a lot of seniors on this call because, I attract seniors. And I think that because, my target audience are people with years of experience. So I know that we definitely have people like that here. So if you are here, one thing that I have noticed is you limiting yourself to the recent things happening in your life. No, please go as far back as 20 years ago if you have to, or if you desire to. But write out the things that you're skilled at. Things that you know how to do, at least 3 to 5. Think about tasks that you've always found easy to do. Like, if you and 10 other people do this thing, yours will be different because there's a way you do it. There's a method you have. There's a style you have. There is something about the way you do this thing that other people struggle with, but you don't struggle with it because it is a skill that you have owned. A skill you have owned. You have that skill. You just know how to do it. It could be talking. Maybe you're very eloquent. There's just a way you talk. That when you talk, people will just listen to you. Maybe you have a specific method you use to do things. You understand how to write. Let me tell you, I have a student right now who understands how to write memo. It was during Expert2Coach challenge that she realized that this is something she could launch a course on. She's a civil servant. And in civil service, you have to write memo on this, on that, and all of that. She realized that it has really helped her she's very influential. And what has helped her to be as influential as she is in a civil service circle and grown to the level that she has grown to was because she knew how to write memo. So don't discount anything that you know how to do. You know that people will always come back to you and give you feedback and said, I saw a lot of people's food, but immediately I saw that egusi. Immediately I know that it was your home because there's just a way about your presentation, or there's just a way about something. See, like, I'm giving very basic examples because a lot of us discount our skills. The skills that you have, you think that things that comes easy and natural to you. Number one, your skills can be easy and natural, but it doesn't have to be that when you started having these skills, it may not be easy and natural when you started, and you have had to train yourself to the level where it is now easy and natural to you. But that thing that you do, a lot of people still struggle to do it, but you have discounted it so much that every time you be telling yourself, there's no big deal about this thing now. There's no big deal, but some people may be out there making millions with that thing that you think there's no big deal with. So please write it down. 3 to 5 skills. Things that you are skillful at. And again, I want to say areas where you consistently perform well. It is not a skill if you don't perform well in it. It's not a skill. It means you have not owned that skill to the level where you will say you're skillful at it. So what are you skillful at? That is question 1. Now let's move to question 2 in exercise 2. For each skill that you have listed, I want you to give specific examples of where you demonstrated excellence. For each skill that you wrote down, I want you to give specific examples of where you demonstrated excellence. Now, let me give you an example. Somebody here on YouTube says counseling, organizing, leadership, maybe those are some of the things that he or she, I think she's skilled in. Let's take counseling, for example. When I say I want you to write down specific example of how you demonstrated excellence, if it is counseling, for example, I would expect you to write something like, oh, I've helped, 5 different families on the brink of divorce to come back together to build a lovely and joyful family. And it is 5 years after or 10 years after, and they are still together just because of what I have. Be as specific as that. You could even mention names if you want. You are writing this for yourself on your books, on your notepads or whatever have you, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, please continue to write. Continue to write. These things will give you insights. As you are writing, you are getting insights, okay? Now, give specific examples. That is question 2. Specific examples of how you demonstrated excellence. Excellence in your skills, those skills that you write that include details about what you achieved and how you achieved it. I'm going to read out some examples here. I'm going to read out some examples here for question 2. An example would be somebody that is skilled in event coordination. So I successfully organized a nationwide conference that brought together over 500 industry leaders. Another person says, I am skilled in financial analysis. I helped my company reduce cost by 15% through detailed budget analysis. So you're a finance person and you're specially skilled in budget analysis. That is an example. Another example could be tech mentoring. I love your skill that's mentoring people to achieve things in tech. So a specific example of excellence will be I mentored 5 interns who all secured full-time positions in top tech firms. Think about it. Don't say, me, I don't have any of these examples, so this is a new thing to me. No, even if it is a new thing to you, it is a skill that you have been practicing for several years. Think about it. Who are the people that come to you to give you feedback and said, that advice you gave me, that statement you made, or that thing you said I should do, I did it though. Can you believe this is what happened? This is what happened. You've had all of these feedbacks, but you discount it because you didn't think that it was important. At that point, you heard it. It was not important to you, but now you need to think back. Think deeply. A lot of us have forgotten that we used to be super, especially women here. I want to talk to women. on this call. Several years ago, you used to be the boss babe. Several years ago, you used to do this and that. You used to do a lot of things, but maybe you got married, or maybe your children started growing and you got busy with family, or maybe generally life happened to you. And then you forgot all those things that you used to be excellent at. I want you to remember them tonight. I want you to write it down. See, give yourself credit. Allow yourself to take credit for this excellence that you've done in the past, even if it is no longer happening in your life right now. It is you. It is the same you. No matter the position you are right now, no matter what is happening in your life right now, you are still the same you that was breaking down walls 5 years ago or 10 years ago, doing so well, doing so great, doing, amazing things. If what it takes for you to be able to write something down in this area tonight is for you to think back 5 years back or 7 years back or 10 years back, I want you to think back and write out the specific examples of your excellence. Now, apart from the fact that we need this detail for what we are doing here tonight. You know what this will also help you to do? It will also help you to see the things that you have done in life, the things you have achieved, and it will allow you to be able to pat yourself in the back and say, Mayowa, well done. You have done so much. You have done so well. And pat yourself in the back. Even if nobody is doing it, you can do it to yourself. You can. You can tell yourself that you are worthy. You can tell yourself that you have done a lot. You have achieved. You have done it, whether it is in the past or it is in the present. You have done things, and I want you to remind yourself of the things that you've done. I want you to remind yourself of how wonderful, how great you are. Because as you start on this coaching journey, let me tell you one enemy that you have. One enemy that you have is imposter syndrome. It's real. At every stage, even as you grow, for every stage you get to, you keep having to fight imposter syndrome. And one way of beating imposter syndrome is by commending yourself and looking at the things you've done and you've achieved. Okay? So don't be too humble. You're doing this to yourself. So tell yourself, talk to yourself, write it down. What are the specific areas of your excellence? What are the specific areas of your excellence, of things you've done that you have demonstrated excellence in the past? And how did you do it? Think about it. How exactly did you do? What are the things that you put in place that helped you to achieve those things that you achieved? Write it down. Write it down. Nothing is too small. Please. Intentionally staying on this. I'm intentionally staying on this. I want you to write out specific examples where you demonstrated excellence. Think about it. Think about it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself credit, even for those things that to you looks tiny. To you, it looks inconsequential, but I promise you that people don't see it as inconsequential. You are the one in your head, because oftentimes we always have this fight in our mind on these kind of things. So please free yourself and write out specific areas of your excellence. Specific areas that you have demonstrated excellence in the past. That is question 2. Now we will move to question 3. Question 3 is very important. Question 3 is very important. This is exercise 2, question 3. when you write out question 3, this is what you want to do in question 3. That's what you did in question 2, where you wrote out specific areas of your excellence. I want you in front of each one, I want you to use the specific skills. You know, we had mentioned skills in the past, right? You will now attach the skills to the specific areas of excellence, right? Those skills, you will attach it to the specific areas of excellence. So let's say your specific areas of excellence is event coordination, right? You want to talk about the skills that you used. Number 1, and now we are categorizing it into what I call the hard skill and the soft skill. I will explain. Please, everybody listen. I will explain what I mean by hard skills and soft skills. Your hard skills are your technical abilities. And when I say technical abilities, technical is different from technological. I hope we know. I see a lot of people misuse these two words or, just mix both together. They are very different. And hairdresser, for example, somebody that, braids, has a technical ability of knowing how to twist attachments together. I have never known how to do this thing. I struggle. I cannot even braid my children's hair. During COVID, we suffered then. Because I have never been able to learn it. I don't know why. So it's a technical ability. So you can see the difference. So don't think when I say you should write out your hard skills and you see technical, you think that what I mean is technological. No, it is different. Technical is that thing that is only unique, that skill that is unique to that ability, to that skill that you have. So for example, somebody in event coordination that says their skill is event coordination, their hard skills could be project management, because how do you coordinate events without having some project management skills? So an hard skill is project management. Another hard skill could be budgeting, because you are the one coordinating events and all of that. It means that you are also in charge of money and the distribution of money and all of that. Excuse me. A skill that could help you in doing that is budgeting, right? Another one could be scheduling. You understand how to schedule, for all the stakeholders within an event coordination so that nothing clashes, everything is just moving as it should and all of that. Can you see all of those hard skills? They are technical abilities: scheduling, budgeting, project management. They are technical abilities, while the soft skills are, for example, communication. Because communication is also a skill that you would have as an event coordinator, because, hey, like they would always say, like I always tell my project managers at the agency, I'll tell them anytime they are being onboarded as a new staff into the agency, I'll tell you, your number 1 skill or your number 1 as a project manager is communication. If you lack or if you are lacking in communication, then you cannot be a project manager. Because what can make or mar a project is communication. If you do not communicate with all your stakeholders properly, the project will flop. The project will flop. If you do every other thing right and you miss communication, the project will flop. So you see how it is a soft skill for an event coordinator to ensure that they properly communicate. Nobody is feeling anyhow, nobody is angry, everybody is being spoken to, everybody gets the same information, they are all on the same wavelength and all of that. If you see a well-organized and successful event, go and look at the event coordinator. They have all of these skills. So what am I saying? I'm using this example so that you will know how to break down your hard skills and your soft skills. Remember that we are attaching them to your areas of excellence. Remember that we are attaching them to your areas of excellence. So You want to write them down, your hard skills, your soft skills. Let me give another example, for the financial analyst, right? Hard skills will be Excel modeling. As a financial analyst, you understand how to use Excel, how to use it to model numbers and all of that. Another hard skill, technical ability, will be financial forecasting. You know how to use several tools, that you use softwares and all of that to do financial forecasting. You know how to do auditing. That is also a technical ability. It is an hard skill, auditing. But let's talk about soft skill for this financial analyst. Soft skill for this financial analyst will be, numbers. You have to be able to pay very solid attention to detail. What just separates people from people can be one soft skill that makes you different from any other. So let's say you work in a bank, and every time your superiors will always come to you that you should be the one that will do that financial analysis, or maybe you're trying to do something and they always come to you because when you submit your own, they will not find error. But when other people, you use the same tool, you add the same technical ability, which is hard skills. But because of your soft skill of being able to pay attention to details, like there's a way you just cross your T's and you dot your I's that is so unique to you. And that is really, if you see, go and look at good accountants and bad accountants. Soft skill is the difference. It is not that they don't know all the profit, debit, accounting, profit, loss, and all of that they teach them in school. Most of them know it. But you see, may you not meet a bad accountant. The difference between a good and bad accountant could just be the soft skill, like paying attention to detail. Analytical thinking, another soft skill for the financial analyst. It could be analytical thinking. When you see numbers, you analyze, you're thinking about it. Okay, why is this number high? This entry is higher than the others. What could have happened and all of that? And you start thinking analytically. It's a soft skill that makes you different, that makes you better than others. And people always wonder, everything that this guy knows, me too, I know it now. I know it. Why is he always excelling? Why is his own always different? It could be because of those soft skills. And a lot of us have discounted these soft skills that we have. You didn't take it serious. So I'm helping you to highlight it today. Write them out, your hard skills and your soft skills. Let me take another example. Corporate law navigation for a lawyer. Your hard skills, for example, would be contract law. You know how to write contract law. You're very skilled in contract law. You know how to adjust regulatory compliances. You can do due diligence, And soft skills could be negotiation skill. You can negotiate anything. Confidentiality. It's a soft skill. You think because the law says that everything should be confident and all of that all lawyers actually keep it as they should. No. For some people, it is a soft skill. Ethical judgment. You can just look at the details of a case and you already know how it will land. And you can already predict that this is how this is going to go. It's a soft skill. And it is not just an instinct. For some of you, you may be looking at your soft skills as something that is just a gift. Even your gifts, the gifts that God gave to you, they need to be developed. They need to be pruned. You need to prune them. Your gifts, your talents, all of these things that you think come natural to you, even when they come natural to you, look at it over the years, they have become better. You know how to sing, Abby. God gave you a sonorous voice and you can sing. Imagine leaving that sonorous voice for years and not train it over and over and over and over again, so that you can be at any key, you can sing with any choir, you can sing on any baritone and all of that. So even the things that you think come natural to you, they are gifts and talents from God. They are skills. They can be skills because you have engaged in making them better over the years, and you are now so skillful in them. So think about it, your hard skills and your soft skills. And I think this is where we end exercise 2. Now, before I go on, it's 8 p.m. We have 2 hours left in the class. I will take about 10 minutes, to do quick review for some people that will drop their details in the chat right now, both on YouTube and Zoom. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write out your specific areas of excellence and the skills you have attached to it. Hard skills, soft skill. I'll wait a little. You can write it out. If you do not want to write it out, you can just make sure you are within hearing distance of me. You can stand up, you can stretch your legs, you can go and take a cup of water, a cup of coffee, or a cup of tea. You can quickly go and grab your dinner and bring it back to your corner where you're sitting, But in that 10 minutes, I will be reviewing those that will drop their own, whatever you have done, and you want to drop it into the chat for me to look at and just read it out to you, and maybe make some corrections. If I see, please drop it. If you want to take a stretch, this is the time for you to take a stretch. Go and get a cup of water, cup of tea. We've spent 1 hour in class. We still have 2 more hours to go. See, I also have my cup of tea beside me here. Green tea. All righty. So who is sending? Anybody, do you want me to review and, just to be sure that you are in the right direction before we move to exercise 3? We have 9 minutes more. 9 minutes more before we start exercise 3. So here on YouTube, I have comments. Okay. Michael, Sarah said, you just reminded me that I have great communication skills. I didn't remember to write it. Good. Sarah, good. I am glad to read that. Dr. Wright says, ability to analyze people's behavior from their handwriting. That is a very unique skill. To analyze people's behavior from their handwriting. Very unique skill. Okay. I would appreciate if you can write everything together so that it's easy for me to read at once. My area of excellence is helping women become more feminine. And to create a happy and loving marriage. So those are 2 different areas of excellence. I hope you know. You like to help women look more feminine. And as in, how to help women look more feminine. You also know how to create a happy and loving marriage. But you didn't attach your hard skills and love skill, this thing to it. And then also, what I ask you people to write is your specific area of excellence. The reason why I always ask for this chart to be sent, it is so that I can see that you're actually doing this right. So I will say, for example, for Kofo Akib, you have written your area of excellence, but you have not made it specific. What I ask you to write is your specific area of excellence in all of these things. So, for example, you said you love helping women become more feminine. How? Which woman? Put a story behind it, or just say, I helped this. Like, you can even attach the cause and effects to it to be more specific. What do I mean by cause and effect? I helped Mrs. Lagbaja to become to look more feminine, and she was able to attract maybe new husband, maybe new business, maybe new kiniko, whatever. What is the cause and effect of that area of excellence? How has it affected people's life? So be as specific as that. And this is for everybody also, especially if you have been too general. That is why I use the word specific in that area. Okay. Excuse me. So Soul Having says specific areas of excellence: counseling, communication, critical thinking, problem solving, confidential, scheduling, spreadsheet. Okay, this looks good. But Soul Having, it is also you have put your skills here, not your specific areas of excellence. These are your skills. Remember that the first thing we did before we did specific areas of excellence, before we now did hard skill and soft skill, is to first write out the skills. So skill is counseling. It's not your specific area of excellence in counseling, is what I want you to write now. In counseling, specific areas of excellence, like, have you counseled a teenager? Or have you counseled somebody that was able to stop drug abuse? Have you counseled a family, counseled them from the brink of divorce? Have you counseled a single sister, a matured single sister? You counseled that and she was able to, what is the specific areas of your excellence in counseling? You need to be as specific as that. My people on Zoom, I am not seeing your chat. Nobody is sending anything in. Only YouTube people are very, very communicative. Guys, I would like to see what you're doing. I'd like to see it, so please drop it. Now, let me read one more from YouTube before I move. So Anita says, effective communication skill, the ability to hold intelligent conversations about any and every topic, even if I'm not an expert at what is your specific area of excellence. So I see that a lot of people are not getting it right. It's okay. Reason I want you to write out your specific areas of excellence is it will cover almost everything. For me, if I read it, I will be able to know what your skills are, the hard skills and the soft skills. Okay. Now, let me move to YouTube. Bola says, I love helping young Christian women make the right choice by showing them red flags in relationships that will ensure they don't get into wrong marriages. Good. What is your specific area of excellence in that place? This thing that you've written out that you love, what is your, what I want to read. Nobody has been able to give me this, and it is really what I want to read right now. So if you want to rewrite again, please rewrite. I want to see your specific areas of excellence. I want to be sure that you're getting that part right, because it is very important to the next things that we will be doing. Faith says, I am very skilled at helping people develop irresistible career profile that land them jobs in a short time. Good, Faith. What is your specific area of excellence in this thing? Share it. Share what you have been able to achieve in this area, either for yourself or for others. Alima says, yes, thank you, Alima. I tutored more than 20 children who were struggling with reading, and they excel beyond average students after you have tutored them. You see, Alima, thank you. This is a specific area of excellence. Victoria Alagba says, teaching people how to design social media designs. Okay, I teach people how to create a faceless YouTube channel and grow them. I help people generate hyper-realistic images, lifestyle images, and product images. What are your specific areas of excellence in attachments to this? I have so what I want to see, for example, is I have created a faceless YouTube channel that has over 10,000 subscribers within 6 months. What is your specific area of excellence? We need to learn to bring out those things that we have done, the areas of excellence in the things that we know how to do. Even if it is yourself you have done it for, Write it out. I have been able to do this for myself. I have been able to do that for this person. Write out your specific areas of excellence. Many people have problem in this area, and this is why I'm taking a lot of time here. Uraola says, I help young people to identify their money problem. I helped a young lady work to save 1 million naira in months without an increase in salary. Can you see? Thank you, Uraola. That is a specific area of excellence. Event coordination. I have organized several events and it always turns out well. Different kind of events, more of events for young people. It can be better. Pick one, maybe one of your best events. Bring out the characteristics that made that event excellent and write it out as your specific area of excellence. Number 3, good speaking. People like my teaching styles and they easily relate with my teaching because it is engaging and impactful. Great. But you can also be better. See how you did number 1. You can also do 2 and 3 like that and give specific areas of excellence of how you have executed this skill. When you executed this skill, some results that you got. Faith, again, I'm very skilled at helping people develop a accessible career profile that land them jobs in a. So Faith, you are writing this again, but you're still not done. You are still not written a specific area of excellence. So you have helped people to do this. Bring out one instance. I want you to be as specific as that. Bring out one instance. I trained teachers on the knowledge of Montessori, Alima, pedagogy, and they get a better job, which made me fulfilled. Good, Alima. Violet says, advocacy, leadership, and ethics. Yes, those are your skills. Where are the specific areas of excellence? iPhone 11 Pro Max, I'm sure that is not your name. Can you please change? You can rename yourself. Just click on the 3 after where you have mute or mute. You see 3 dots. You can click on it. You see rename. Please rename yourself if you can. So iPhone says, mine is business management, marketing, planning, coordinating. This is me in all company I work with. I'm mentoring, yeah. I have helped so many housewives to start up a business. So this is a specific area of excellence, but it can be more specific. Like you say, I have helped so many housewives start up a business. You can be as specific as I have helped housewives generate up to this, or I have helped 20 housewives move from being a housewife to starting a business with 0 capital, or starting a business. What is the special characteristics or circumstances surrounding this thing that you do for people? School of Eloquence says, communication skills, leadership, flexibility. I love coaching people on public speaking and elocution. I love the joy I feel when I say, okay, I have helped people become more eloquent. So everybody, please avoid saying I have helped people. It's so general and vague. And you see, it is at this time that we are really starting. You see, the main work is starting here now. See, let me say something to everybody here. You will be the chief marketing officer of your coaching business. As you create a coaching, if you want your coaching business to start making multiple 7 figures per month, you want to grow to that level, you will need to learn marketing, right? Good. But you see, marketing is not how to run ads. That's not marketing. Marketing starts from you knowing how to talk to your audience. Part of knowing how to talk to your audience in marketing is knowing how to be as specific as possible in everything that you say and not being vague. You see, the way this program has been done is that the things you don't even think you are learning it. By the time I drill you to do certain things better, the things you don't even know you're learning it. An example is me telling you to avoid saying, I help people. There's no statement as vague as I help people. You know? So instead of saying, I have helped people become more eloquent and confident and even land jobs. Sorry, let me look at your name. School of Eloquence. You can say, I have helped women, or I have helped men and women between the ages of 25 to 40 to land new jobs just by being eloquent. Or I have helped them to increase their income. Specific areas, like after getting a job, what kind of job did they get? You can be as specific as that. I have helped them to get a job paying as much as. You may think, what's the importance of being as specific as that? You will get it as we go on. So when I say specific, I am not joking. I'm not joking. I mean it. When I say specific, I mean that you should be specific. I have hosted webinars with parents and teachers, and I got mind-blowing feedback. Good, Alima, can be better. I have hosted a webinar on this that has, I have hosted a webinar on mind-blowing feedback. What is mind-blowing? What does mind-blowing mean? It's too general a word. What kind of feedbacks? Tina says, I supported a young woman who was mentally distressed and struggling with a sense of self-worth. Thank you, Tina. You got it. Through intentional mentoring and spiritual guidance, I helped her rediscover her royal identity in Christ and recognize her God-given potential. Over time, she experienced emotional healing, regained clarity, and began to excel. Everybody just use Tina as a template. Today, she's a confident and empowered PhD holder. Come on! See Tina's specific areas of excellence. All of these things that you're writing down, they will go into our work when we are doing workbook 2 on day 2. So anything I ask you to do now, please guys, do it well. I mean it when I said, write out your specific areas of excellence. Absolutely important. Don't be vague. What we are doing on this call, in this challenge is to break down the shaky foundation that most coaches have built online. Or if you are a new coach and you are just about to start, you will not start on a shaky foundation because you then know what to do. And you see, success is not by mistake. Success does not mistakenly happen to people. People don't get mistakenly successful. No. It is good, most times it is good work that brings success. How do you do good work without having the knowledge of how to do the good work? How do you do the good work? So all of these things that I'm showing you here is the foundation you need to understand. That you can never be vague. If you say something as a coach and people have to start, you are selling, let's say you're selling, your marketing, and people need to start thinking, what does she mean? What does she mean by that statement? You've lost them. So thank you, Tina. This was really good. Bola again says, I have helped over 20 couples on the brink of divorce change their mind and are still living together happily years later. This is much better. ENT says, ability to influence people to be better, especially at work, colleagues and young colleagues. No, specific. Personally, I grew very fast in the career ladder and helped others to achieve same. Better, but what do you mean by I grew very fast in the career ladder? Can you be more specific and said, I became a suit manager within 5 years of something. That is being specific. Let me go to YouTube. So someone here says, Adewoyin says, I help individuals discover their hidden potentials, no matter how confused they are. Help both young and old transform from their normal self to extraordinary. Oh, 8:19. Wow, I said 8:10. We need to move, we need to move, we need to move. But ladies and gentlemen, so Adewoyin, I think you can do better. I've helped both young and old transform from their normal self to extraordinary being. So what do you mean normal self to extraordinary? What is extraordinary? You see, there are some words, they have general meanings, but they don't carry power. They don't carry punch in marketing because there is two. Extraordinary can be this. Extraordinary can be many things, different things to many people, even though it is an acceptable word in the English language. But saying extraordinary in marketing does not really carry that understanding into the brain of the person that is reading it. So you can break down the word extraordinary and say the specific thing that was extraordinary. That thing that you think is extraordinary, say it out in its words. So that's it. Let's move on to exercise 3. Let's move on to exercise 3. I hope you all got what I said about being as specific as possible. Now, you want to combine what you love with what you're good at. Pardon me, people. I have a little, kata, cold. So my nose is a bit blocked. All right. So find the connections between your passions and your skills. That's our goal for this exercise 3. We have about 2 to 3 questions in exercise 3. This will help you to identify coaching opportunities. So now that we have written down what you love, we have written down your skills, we have written down your specific areas of excellence, we have broken it down into hard skills and soft skills. Now we want to identify coaching opportunities. Remember, I said at the beginning that even if you're already coaching, you should do this exercise because it will open you up to ideas that are even different from what you're doing right now. And for those that don't even know which coaching they should do before, this will help you to break it down. For those that have several ideas, as we continue, this will help you to streamline all of the ideas. In fact, at this level, you will start seeing the idea that is viable and the one that is not viable. Okay? Now, question 1, exercise 3, question 1. Find the overlaps. All of those things that you've listed out. Let's look at the list that you've made in exercise 1 and 2. Let's look at the lists that you have made in exercise 1 and 2. Identify where your passions and your areas of excellence overlap. You want to think about activities or topics you love and are also skilled in. This is a specific example. Here, everybody have this in you all have this in your workbook. I love teaching others how to cook. And I am particularly skilled in making traditional Nigerian desserts that are not widely known. I could offer classes or write a cookbook focusing on these unique recipes. See, the important part of this statement is the part that says, I could offer classes or write a cookbook focusing on these unique recipes. Can you see how this joins together? What you love. I love teaching others how to cook. What you're skilled at. And I am particularly skilled in making traditional Nigerian desserts that are not widely known. Join what you love with your skill. It will give you an idea. If you look at them on the same level like this, what you love, what you have skills in, what can come out of that thing, of these two things? If you combine them together, what can come out of it? This is an example. I could offer classes or write a cookbook focusing on these unique recipes. Let me give more examples. I am passionate about fashion. This is for a fashion designer that says, I am passionate about fashion, meaning I love fashion. I have a talent for designing clothing. I specialize in creating stylish, modest wear for women. Can you hear? You see three things. I am passionate about fashion. I have a talent for designing clothing. I specialize in creating stylish, modest wear for women. I could coach others on designing and producing modest fashion. She's a tailor. She's a fashion designer. And she's looking for what to coach. But do you know that the general consensus for a fashion designer that wants to start a coaching business will be like, coach people how to sew clothes, coach people how to, what you know. Just do fashion designing school, fashion design school, something as general as that. It is not that you can't do that, but it is better for you to use this systematic method that I am teaching you as we are filling this workbook to look at ideas. If you were at the niche clarity webinar, which we are still going to do in class tonight, I taught you how to be specific, but you see, what I didn't teach you at the webinar is this system that we are following, which is starting from the basic, until we get to where we will now make it specific, so that the knowledge, everything makes sense to you. So now that we are writing what I call the I could statement, these are examples. Let me give another example, health coaching for postpartum mothers. I care deeply about women's health. That's one thing that she loves, love. I have experience in fitness training. Can be categorized as skills. I have experience in fitness training. So she's also a fitness trainer. She's skilled in fitness training. She cares and loves, she cares deeply about women's health. How can the two overlap? So this is where you want to think. How does my love and my skills overlap? So that you can create what I call your I could statement. I could offer health and wellness coaching, specifically for postpartum mothers looking to regain their strength and confidence. I could offer health and wellness coaching, specifically for postpartum mothers looking to regain their strength and confidence. Guys, are we getting this? Are we getting this? This I could statement is absolutely very, very important. See another one, entrepreneurship coaching for handmade craft businesses. I enjoy helping others start businesses. And I have successfully turned my handmade crafts into a profitable venture. I could coach aspiring artisans on how to monetize their crafts. See examples as I'm reading out. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, if you want this very more comprehensive workbook that I'm reading out of, please pay for the accelerated version and join, the accelerated version. Also, I will, at the end of today's class, you will get an assignment. So I'm giving an assignment, which people in the accelerated experience class will submit tomorrow in the WhatsApp group, not the general WhatsApp group. So people that paid for 82,500 are in a separate WhatsApp group. So you will submit your assignments there, and I will personally review every assignment one by one to ensure that you got everything right. So if you would like that kind of attention also, so I could review this for you, the assignment I asked you to submit, I will take the whole of tomorrow to do the review before we meet again on Wednesday, because the next class is on Wednesday, 7 p.m., same time. Okay? So do well to take action tonight so that you can also enjoy that specialized and personal feedback from me. Okay, let's move. Have we been able to write our I could statement? Before I move, I want to be sure that we got that part. Your love and your skill. So you can, at this point, you can have more than one I could statement. You can have up to 3, 4, 5 I could statements, because you have executed all of these things. So you can have I could. So I want you to tell me how many people here. Drop the number of I could statements that you have. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4, you have 5 I could statements. Drop it. Drop it in the chat. Let me know that you're working on this. You're all working with me. You're doing this. By the way, nobody even has their video on Zoom. Oh yeah, put on your video. Let me see that you are not gisting with your husband or your wife, or you are not in the kitchen cooking. Thank you, School of Eloquence. I can see you. Hello. Hello, Raola. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. Good, good. Alrighty. So Tina says she has 1. Who else? How many I could statements have you been able to bring out so far from what you love and your skill? What you love, your skill, the overlap between what you love and your skill. A big I could statement, one very huge one. Great. Good. Good. iPhone 11. I wish I know your name so that I would not be calling you iPhone 11. All righty, let's move on. Let's move on. YouTube Alpha 2. Chinyere says I have 2. Olubukola says I have 2. 2 I could statements. Good. Good. We are working. We are moving. We are moving. Good, good. I'm happy to hear that. Uraola says 1. And it is okay to have 1. It is okay to have 2, 3, 4, 5. You will be able to streamline everything. So let's move. Can you imagine? Oh, this is the question 1 that we were looking for inside this document that we are just saying now. So something happened when we were redesigning the workbook. Anyway, so let's go to exercise 4. Okay, iffy. All right, that is noted. So we are done with exercise 1, 2, 3. We are now in exercise 4. Exercise 4, carving out your unique sub-niche. Now, again, I said that those I could statements are really, really important for you to have written down, because we will start working and using them. Okay, we will start using them. Now, we want to start breaking down your sub-niche. But before we start, let's talk about wealth, health, and relationships. I know that at least 90% of this class attended the niche clarity webinar. About 90% of maybe 85, not 90, maybe like 85% of this class. So I still have a few people that may not have watched. And I remember that I told my team to send it into the group yesterday. so that people that have not catched up with the webinar can catch up. So you already have some form of background, right, about this, but now we will delve deeper into it. Good. I read something that Christ to Billions wrote. I put statement and I really love it. So well done. Now, no matter the industry you belong to, you will find yourself under one of these major niches in the knowledge industry. These are the three main niches that we have. Everybody hear me. Everybody listen to me. Especially for those that will submit their assignment to me tomorrow. This has continually happened over and over and over again every cohort. And for the life of me, I don't understand why it happens. So I want to really emphasize, don't submit your assignment tomorrow and say, my niche is, weight loss. Or you say my niche is counseling. That's not your niche. That is your sub-niche. We are talking about the umbrella niche here. So that is where you start from. When I ask you to send your breakdown, this is what I want you to do. To start with which of the three broad niches you belong to: wealth, health, or relationship. Wealth, health, or relationship. So like I always do here, I will use somebody in the audience as an example to explain wealth, health, and relationship. So first, for me to be able to see somebody that I will use, I want you all to categorize yourself. And this is what you will do. Your I could statement. So let me do another 10 to 15 minutes of review here. We are getting to the end. We are getting to the last, I think, exercise 5 is the last one that we'll do in class there, exercise 6. I want you to write out your I could statement and now attach it with the category you think you belong to here. So Alima, don't just say wealth, because that does not give me context to be able to see if you are correct or not. So you will write out your I could statement and you will put your niche beside it. So guys, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's write it out. I will now pick a few that I will now use to explain how you will think about this wealth, health, and relationships. Some people will still remember, some things that I taught about it during the webinar. So yeah, I'm listening. Abi, I'm reading your I could statement and the category it belongs to. So Soul Haven, I've not even started, we have not started niching. I think the last thing that I asked you to do was your I could statement. And if you have been following the pattern that we have started from the beginning, you will be able to write out your I could statement by placing your love, the things you love, what you love, one thing that you love, and one skill. Combine them together, look at the overlap. The overlap is what will give you your I could statement. Okay? So Wuraola says, I could coach young people on how to identify their money problems. This is easy. It is wealth. Yes, you are correct. So I'm looking for the not so easy ones that I can use as examples. So Alima says, wait, parenting coaching. I am passionate about every child getting a happy childhood so that they can unfold to maximum potential. Of course, yes, that is wealth. Orieji says, I could specifically offer coaching to women wanting to start real estate, sell properties, offer them direct listings and ensure they get their commission and also make passive into using short-let apartments, even from the comfort. So these are like 3 things that you have combined into one. Break them down as much as possible. But yes, you're correct, it is wealth. Ruth says, I love coaching people on elocution and executive presence. I could write a book on these areas or launch a mini course on it. Good. Category wealth. You're all correct. Good, 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 good. My gurus, you're doing well. So let me see YouTube. Tatiana. I have helped Nigerian students score 100% in French, WAEC and NECO in reading and writing by taking them from 0 level to fluency level. I'm thinking that Tatiana is just in specific areas of excellence because what you wrote. Okay, let me look at I could get people steered on their ministry, started on their ministry and purpose with a clear strategy to succeed in it. Wealth, you're correct. I could coach married corporate executive on communication and intimacy. Nwa Keredu Ike, this is relationship. You're correct. Ike, it is relationship. Oge Beula, I love using storytelling or what is your I want to read the I could statement. I could offer parenting preparation coaching for engaged couples focusing on equipping and preparing them emotionally, spiritually, financially, and physically for their parenting journey. Relationship. Peace. I'm pausing a bit on what you wrote because I'm asking myself, is it really relationship? So I could offer parenting preparation coaching for engaged couples, focusing on equipping and preparing them emotionally, spiritually, financially, and physically for their parenting journey. Now, let me use this as an example. If you dig deep enough into what you're doing, it is not relationship. It is wealth. And I will tell you why. Everybody look at Peace example, okay? So now, Peace, what you want to do is not to help them become better in their relationship. Yes, of course, when they are together, when they are of one mind, if they are, if they are a good couple and all of that, if they have, what's the word, intimacy and all of that, of course, it will help them. It's one of the elements that will help them. But what you really want to teach them and coach them on is how to become better parents, right? You want them to be able to parent their children. Now, when they parent their children right, what will be the result? What is the result of parenting their children right? The result of parenting their children right, it is about the children. That is the result. It is the result that will tell you which category you belong to. And for me, I think the result of what you want to coach these parents to be able to do is for their children to be financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally stable, which is wealth, not relationship. So you are thinking in terms of the husband and the wife, but what you're really teaching them is not for their relationship. It is the result you get for them is to make their children better, which is wealth, right? And let me tell you how this applies to your marketing. If Peace starts marketing tomorrow and Peace thinks she's under the relationship niche, Peace will start writing her marketing materials from the perspective of helping husband and wife in better relationships, get better. But no, because the husband and wife that will say yes to Peace and that Peace message will make sense to, this husband and wife are thinking we are about to start having children, or we have very young children. How do we raise these children to become big in life, to become kingdom financiers, to become kingdom influencers, to make sure that they are doing, all of these things? That's what they are thinking about. They are not thinking about their own relationship. So please take note of that. Let me check more here on YouTube and see. All right. So I could train complete beginners to grow YouTube channels. Well, you're correct. I love advocating for ethics in leadership and business. Well, I am deeply passionate about mentoring young women from immigrant backgrounds who struggle with imposter syndrome with strong soft skills like empathy. Wealth, you're correct. Marisa, I could coach people develop their self-leadership. Wealth. Relationships, I could help couples and individuals in relationships understand that many of their struggles aren't just about the present, but rooted in transgenerational trauma. Relationship, correct. If he says business management, this is not your I could statement. What I want to see is your I could statement. So we'll move now. Our time is fast spent. So Chichi here says, I could help organize health talks. I could talk to people to accept their disease condition and adhere to treatment regimen. Health. I could also mentor teenagers on personal development. So you didn't put that one, Chichi. I could also mentor teenagers on personal development. Which category is that one? Because that is a different category. All right, good. Let's move. So now I can see that we all have a very good, general understanding of how to categorize wealth, health, and relationships. Again, I will repeat. It is your results that you will use to categorize, not the industry, not the fact that, oh, I am in counseling. Counseling is about relationships. No. You think about your results. What is the results that your counseling gives to them? That is what will determine which category you belong to. Now, let me say this. Because when you have the right category, you will understand marketing. You are in the right direction for marketing because you'll be speaking directly to the innermost desire of your target audience. Unlike if you get it wrong and you are now marketing from a wrong perspective that is not a very, very strong desire for your target audience. So I hope you have filled it. Now, let's now break it down to the 5 levels. So there are 5 sub-niches, which the best is to find yourself on the 4th or 5th level. The best is the 5th, of course. The second best to 5th is 4th. For some people, you will stop as 4. For most people will be able to break down up till 5. Now, this is how you do it. For each one of your I could statements, for those that have 2, 3, 4 I could statements, for each one of your I could statements, you want to, if your notepad, most of you, in fact, if like this kind of workshop, the best way to do your notepad is to make it a landscape, so that you can draw tables, so that you can draw columns like this, and you can just write it beside. It helps you to visualize everything properly. So now we want to fill in each level for each of your I could statements. So what you can do is put your notepad in landscape right now and write, if you have 3 I could statements, for example, divide it into 3 columns and write your first I could statement, second I could statement, third I could statement. And then you fill in each of this level for each I could statement. So level 1, are you in health, wealth, or relationship? I hope you are writing. Level 1, health, wealth, or relationship. Write it down. Level 2, what specific area within that do you belong to? Under health, terminal disease coach, weight loss coach, singles counselor, maybe under relationship, singles counselor, maybe like parenting, under wealth, you are parenting coach. Or maybe you already know that as you are breaking down, your own parenting is not about wealth, it's about relationships. But you know, I've looked at everywhere I can look at for parenting coach. I don't see it under relationship. Because even if you are, if you are very specific and you break down, you say what you are teaching parents to do is how to help their children to make better relationships, it is still not under relationship. Because if we look at the result of why you want their children to have better relationship, it is so that they can make it in life. Because of how important relationship is to people's success in life. So it is still under wealth. So what specific area within health, wealth, and relationship do you belong to? Write it down. Write it down. Orieje, which part are you finding it hard to answer? Tell me which part are you finding it hard to answer? Level 2. Level 2 is usually what people call themselves on a normal. Like you either say, I'm a weight loss coach, I'm a parenting coach, I'm a business coach. You know, what's your I could statement, Orieji? Let me help you. What's your I could statement? Write out your I could statement so that we'll look at it together. So Soul Avon says, how about coaching parents to bond well with their children? That is relationship. That is relationship. Soul Avon. Because the end result of that is better relationship. So that's very straightforward. It is relationship. Our time is fast spent. Orieje, I'm waiting for you. So level 3, what urgent problem do you solve? Faith, if instead of saying I need help to, I expected you to say, my I could statement is this. I don't know what my level 2 is, so that I can help. So level 2, what specific area with that? What's that he'll say for food, please? I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question. What's that hill? So Faith says, I could coach people on developing their career profiles and also write a book on career or personal branding. So you can say your level 2 could be career coaching or career growth coach or personal branding coach. So it's really very general, honestly. Level 2 is the general thing, general category that you belong to. Orieji says, I could specifically offer coaching to women wanting to start real estate, real estate investment coach or real estate business coach. That's how most people would generally introduce themselves. And that is what I'm trying to break down for you here, that is really not who you are, or that is not how you should express yourself when you are starting out as a coach. You should be as specific as possible, right? Yes, thank you, Ruth. Elocution coach, that's level 2. Level 2. Coaching on purpose discovery. You see, just like I've explained to everybody here now, that is purpose discovery. You have answered your question already. What's that hill? Purpose discovery. Your purpose discovery is under wealth, right? So your level 1 is wealth. Your level 2 is purpose discovery. What urgent problem do you solve? Orieji, I've answered you now. Why are you asking, so what do I do again? I've answered you just now that are you not the real estate person? Yes, now. So real estate business coaching. What of mentoring people to achieve their goal? So this is another thing that I mean by you being as specific as possible. When you say mentoring people to achieve their goal, well, I have an idea of what you may mean. So maybe it could be, I don't know. So honestly, I'm a bit pumped on this one, except you give me more context. When you say mentoring people to achieve their goals, what kind of people? You see, something really hurts me when you say people. Like, for example, do you want to say, when you say people, because one of the things that this exercise will help you do is to break down the word people. You see, after this class today, nobody, and I mean it, nobody that attends this class should say I help people to know, because you are not helping people. People means anybody, and you are not helping anybody. You are helping a specific kind of people. So Ify, I will ask you, when you say mentoring people to achieve their goals, who? Are they teenagers? Are they young adults? Are they entry-level graduates? Are they old seniors? Who are the people? Are they people that who are the people that you are helping to achieve their goals? Level 2, Faith says coaching teams on floral arrangement. Okay, so your level 2 could be a floral coach. I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure there will be something like that. But anyway, you see, the semantics is not important, so that we don't take a lot of time here. The semantics are not important, especially for level 2. It is when you get to level 3 that everything you say is more important. So whatever it is, even if it is flower, you can say flower arrangement coach. Again, for level 2, semantics is not important. What is important is it describes the general category of what you're trying to do. Level 3, what urgent problem do you solve for them? So the places we should be spending more time is between 3 and 5, actually, not on 2. So I will move. Ruth says, I solve communication problems for rising professionals, corporate executives, and business owners. My coaching closes the gap between speaking fluently and speaking eloquently for impact. Okay, good. That's the urgent problem that you solve. So Ruth, say it out in one sentence. That urgent problem that you solve. In fact, just a short phrase, not even one sentence. One sentence is too long. A short phrase. And when you are talking about what urgent problem you solve, you're thinking of their biggest pain points. You're thinking of their biggest pain points, their biggest challenge. That's what you're thinking about in level 3. So level 4, what is your unique approach or method? What's your unique approach or method that you help them to use? Some of you may not have a unique approach or method here, but try and do something. On day 2, by the time we start creating our offers, you will be able to bring out a unique approach or method. The class on day 2 will help you to do this better. But then, the AI tool that I will give you at the end of today that you will use will also help you to just fill out. You see, you have all of these details. By the time you fill it out into the AI, it will help you refine it and make sense of it. So do what you can here. Everything will be refined later. All right. So what's your unique approach or method? If you have that, put it down. And when we are talking about unique approach or method, so this is something I'll teach in day 2, but let me make a quick reference to it. Expert2Coach challenge, for example, is an executing class, an implementation class. I don't know where I saw this because I didn't see it anywhere. It was an inspiration. It is my own unique view of the problem. It was an inspiration from the Holy Spirit on how I can solve the problem that I am seeing in my industry. Is there anybody here that has attended an execution as a program where, or a course, or that you execute like this on the call with the coach? If you have, let me know. I'd really like to know. See, that's my level 4. That's what I'm trying to say. That's my level 4. Because I looked at the problem in my industry and I asked, what is the biggest problem? Which is level 3. What is my unique approach to this biggest problem in my industry? And then I created a product and it has been so successful. You know why? Number 1, God's grace. Number 2, because I looked at I picked a unique approach based on the biggest problem that I identified in my industry. I will also show you how to identify the problems in your industry. We'll still get there tonight, but we have to move fast because we only have 1 hour more. Everybody take a sip of water or tea, or take a bite of your food. You understand? What's your unique approach or method? Who specifically needs this the most? That's level 5, where you stop. So level 2, again, specific area within within the level 1, which is health, wealth, or relationship. Level 2, what specific area within that? Level 3, what urgent problem do you solve? What urgent problem do you solve? Level 4, what is your unique approach or method? And again, I said you may not have that unique approach or method right now, and you need to go and think about it, and you need to go and work on it. And maybe it is after you have done your market research, which I will show you how to do in class tonight, your market research. After you have done your market research, you will now come back to level 4 and say, this is the biggest problem that I see in my industry. And this is my own unique approach or method to solving this problem. Because you see, if you get out and you start expressing the same way other people are expressing, how do you want to be unique? What will be your unique value proposition? On day 2, we will create your unique value proposition. But what will be your unique value proposition if you don't have a unique view of the problem and a unique view of the solution to that problem? So I am training you to be different. I'm training you to be unique so that standing out does not become difficult for you. And when you stand out, you will move fast. You will be successful with speed when you stand out. So, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, I am seeing your questions, but I cannot answer it for you because it's not my niche, it's not my idea. I am giving you the principles, I'm giving you the method and what you need to do to get all of these things. You will be the one to sit down and do this work and think. Again, level 3, what is the biggest problem in your niche? Is it a problem you want to concentrate on? What's the biggest problem that people are having? So let us say level 2 is weight loss for you. Okay. Under weight loss, what is the biggest problem that people are having? Or what is the biggest breakdown? Or what is the biggest, what's the word that I want to use again? What's the biggest, do I use the word specification? I don't want to use the word category so it doesn't confuse you. What's the biggest breakdown? If you break down weight loss, for example, you break it down, weight loss for women, weight loss for men. Do you know weight loss for women is different from weight loss for men? Weight loss for postpartum women. Weight loss for teenagers with obesity issue. Are you seeing? Some parents are struggling with weight loss for their teenagers. Is there somebody helping those kind of people? Weight loss for this, weight loss. So I'm talking about, maybe somebody can borrow me a word. Ruth, borrow me now. You are the elocution, language specialist in this place. you know? So, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So what is the urgent problem? Is it the problem of teenager weight loss, for example, if your general this thing is weight loss? Or is it the problem of postpartum weight loss? Or is it the problem of male weight loss for men? Or weight loss for young men? Or weight loss for old men? Whatever. Whatever. It is your industry. You are the one that will know. Where is your see, this is also where, you see, level 3 is where you also bring your skills. I told you all of the things we've been doing, they help you. Thank you, Ruth, weight loss for career women. So level 3, bring your skills into level 3. Ask yourself, when you are asking yourself, so what should I break down to in level 3? Look at your skills again. Now relate your skills to your general category, your level 2. Where exactly is your specific area of excellence? These are the questions you want to ask yourself for level 3. What are my skills? What are my specific areas of excellence? How can I break it? Use that to get level 3. What urgent problem does your specific area of excellence solve? So when I ask you to be very specific with your skills and specific area of excellence, go and take what you wrote in that place, use it to break. You will get the answer for level 3. You will get the answer. What's that ill? I have explained more. I know that there's a little lag on YouTube. So by now, I'm sure you should understand this. Level 3, go back to your skills and specific areas of excellence. This is a very, I like your question, Colossal Stores. Which niche do you classify a preacher of God's word? It's God's word, though. I don't know how to classify it, though. Because it can fall under health, wealth, or relationship. Faith says relationship. Wealth in co. Mr. Colossus, God is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscience. I cannot categorize him. I cannot categorize his word. It was, but jokes apart, na collabo, yes, so jokes apart, it all depends on, you're a preacher of God's word. Do you want to have specificity? Do you know that we have pastors with, what's your ministry? What's your gift? Let me put it that way. We have pastors with the gift of healing. We have some with the gift of teaching. We have some with the gift of prophecy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you, as a preacher of God's word, maybe you want to go in the direction of what is your gift, right? You don't think about your gift and use that to start niching it down. Based on your gift, you cannot think about it. Thinking about your gift, does it fall under health, wealth, or relationship? I think that might be a way to categorize yourself as a preacher of God's word. Remember that, again, I said it is the result you are getting for people. So what are you preaching to people? Are you helping them to become healthier or to heal them of their sickness? Is that what you want to concentrate on? Or you want to help them to enter heaven? To ensure that they give their life to Christ and they don't miss heaven? On that note, maybe you will be under relationship. Maybe the result you want to, maybe you have the gift of healing and you want to express in the healing ministry. It may be health. Maybe you are about prosperity, divine purpose, all of those things. Then that will be under wealth. So I don't think this thing is as hard as we think it is. Good, good. All right, so let's move. So level 4, what's your unique approach or method? What is the unique approach that you want to use for this thing? Again, I said this one, you may need to go into the market to go and look at the biggest problem in the market. How are people currently solving it? What are the things that they are doing that you think they can do better? And then use that to create your own unique approach. And then level 5, who needs this the most? So here is where you want to be very specific about your target audience. I have to move. So drill down into your sub niches. These are some examples. So let's look at examples here. Wealth. Under wealth, we have entrepreneurship as level 2 for this person. We have online businesses as level 3. E-commerce as level 4. I'm sorry. We have level 1 entrepreneurship. Level 2, online businesses. Level 3, e-commerce. Level 4, drop shipping. Level 5, drop shipping for Nigerian entrepreneurs using local suppliers. You see, very specific. Let's go to, and then you fill in your own. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Okay, so let me read out some examples under health and relationship. Let me read out some examples under health and relationship. Give me a minute. Let me load it. Okay, so health could be health. Under health, we have nutrition. And then we have diet plans. And then we have plant-based diets. And then we have affordable plant-based meals. Can you see? this person's specific method is, okay, so when I told you to go and look at the biggest problem in your industry, let me show you how this applies for this health example that I am giving. Plant-based diet is the level 3 for this person. Is their specialty. And then they now said affordable plant-based meals. Do you know how that applies? That word affordable. See, the biggest problem for anybody that wants to, especially for a country like Nigeria, if you ask people to follow a plant-based diet, that, oh, they will lose weight or they will get better or their disease, it will, like for the person that is doing disease something. I saw somebody wrote something on YouTube about disease. And you say, follow plant-based diet, your disease will be healed in 6 months or in 3 months. One of the major problems will be, how will I, plant-based diet is very expensive in Nigeria because you then have to buy all of the vegetables and the fruits and all of these things are really expensive, and if those are going to be your main meals, it means you'll be spending hundreds of thousands every month on food alone. How many people can afford that? Right? So that is a major problem in your industry. So creating a unique method out of it means affordability is what you create your unique method out for. So look at, it doesn't mean it has to be what you will create I'm just saying, you should now look at it and you now look at your skill and you tell yourself, I've been able to manage this for me and my friends and from other people, that we didn't have to spend too much on this plant-based diet because we know how to break down the cost and make it affordable. You see how the logic and this thing can help you really gain market share. Because amidst other people that are selling plant-based diets, your own is different. You are addressing the problem in that industry, which is affordability. And you now anchor your positioning on that. You anchor your positioning as you have a special method that helps people to be able to follow plant-based diets in an affordable way. Of course, most people will be attracted to you because you are offering them something more special than what other people are offering, even though you are still under the same level 3 category of plant-based diets. But your own unique method gives you an edge over every other person in that industry. So you are a writer, maybe you are a coach. You coach people how to publish books, for example. What is the problem in that industry that you can create a unique method out of? Because that unique method will be your unique positioning. This space is very important. I hope we are getting it. Biggest problem in your industry. Look at your skill, your experiences. Is there something in your skill and experience that you can use to create a distinct solution that is different from what is obtainable in the market? A distinct solution for that biggest problem in your industry. That distinct solution is your level 4. And that is what uniquely positions you. Example 3, relationships. Family relationships. Parenting. Single parenting. Single fathers. Support strategies for single fathers raising teenage daughters. You see how specific the breaking down of this is. Support strategies for single fathers raising teenage daughters. Let's look at that and break down the biggest problem. Single parenting. You know that when a lot of people, when they are talking about single parenting, most people immediately think about single women training their children. When you hear I'm a single parent, the thing that most people just, and the solution, and let me tell you, most solution in the industry is only for single mothers. how to bikini, how to be a better single, how to do this. It's only for single mothers. What about single fathers? That's a big problem in that industry of single parenting. It's a big problem. So what's your unique solution to that big problem of nobody is helping single fathers? They are only helping single mothers. Your own may not be that. I'm just using it as an example to show you ways that you can identify the big problem in your industry and create a unique positioning for it. Okay, so that's that for so let's move to question 3. We want to evaluate the sub-niche. And you don't even have to do this one now, From now on, everything that I will be teaching you, you don't have to do them now because they will involve you really sitting down, thinking and doing all of these things. Now, everybody listen to me. There is a reason that I don't do Expert2Coach challenge Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just forget and finish so that I can use the rest of my week for something else. I could have done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that would be it. I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday to give you Tuesday to execute. Even if you don't pay for the accelerated experience, and I'm not doing a personal review on your assignments, still sit down and execute this thing and understand it, have proper understanding and everything, so that when you come to class on Wednesday, you will be able to follow properly with all the things that we will do in class on Wednesday. Honestly, with everything that I'm giving you in Expert2Coach, I am setting you up for success. I'm setting you up for success, okay? So please do the work. Nobody will do it for you. I cannot do it for you. You have to do it. But I'm giving you all the tools that you need to be able to do it well. Okay? All right. So, questions to ask yourself here is this sub-niche specific enough to address a particular group's needs? When you have done your breakdown, so you want to ask yourself all of these questions. Is there a demand for coaching in this area? How will you get the answer? I will show you later. Can you reach your target audience easily? So what is your evaluation after you have answered all these questions? What is the specificity and potential of what you have chosen? Write it down. Think about it and write it down. What's your specificity? What is the potential of the things that you have done so far? Write it down. So now question 4. This is another exercise that you have to do. I want you to imagine you are your potential client. Like, put yourself in the shoe of your potential clients that will buy this thing that you've broken down, that will pay you money to buy it from you. What will make you trust that someone as an expert? Because if you don't perceive somebody as an expert, especially in the knowledge industry, nobody will buy from you if they don't perceive you as an expert. So perception is very important. Now, what do you think will give people the perception that you are an expert in this sub-niche that you have chosen? I want you to write it down. Those are the ways you can establish your authority. Remember what I taught during the webinar. For those that were in the webinar, if you are not in the webinar, I said your heart, that's what you love. Your evidence, specific experience, and specific areas of excellence. That is your evidence. That's why I asked you to be very specific. That's why I asked you to be very specific. Specific areas of excellence, that is your evidence. Then your credibility, that is what makes up an authority. Your heart, your evidence, and your credibility. So you want to write it out. Good, Ruth. Your overall positioning, you just hit a gold mine. Gang, gang. That is exactly what I want from this call. For you all to understand how to pick out a unique positioning. Let me tell you, if you get the right positioning, 50% of your work is done. When you get the right positioning, 50% of your work is done. Okay, so here are some tips for the exercise. You all have it in the workbook. Let's move to exercise 5. We have only 30 minutes more before the end of this class. Whew, we spent 2.5 hours in this class. How has it been? Before we move into exercise 5, tell me, how has it been for you? How has it been? Do you have clarity? Have you moved from where you were 6 p.m. 3 hours ago, where you were 3 hours ago, to where you are right now? How has it been? What's the difference? Clarity choke. Interesting. How has it been? I want to see more chat. I want to see more comments. I want to know. How has it been for you? Eye-opening. Intense, yes. It is very intense. It is very intense. Challenging. That is a good one too. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something so that we all understand that this work you're doing is the work that this thing you are doing in one day is the work that is the thing that some people will use 3 years of struggling to learn. Yeah, enlightening. It has helped you to position your offering. It is something that some people will use 3 years of struggling online before they learn it. Now, let me tell you, wherever you are in your field right now, all of you here on this call, you are professionals in one thing or the other. You are all professionals. You didn't get to become the professional in what you are a professional on today in a jiffy. It took you years of learning. It took you sweat, sacrifice, and a lot of things. So you see, good things in life often require that you do the work. Good things in life often require that you do the work necessary to achieve it. So again, I will say, you see, if you've heard a lot of my testimonials, go back to Expert2Coach page and go and listen to some of the videos on that page. You will hear people say, after day 1, I didn't sleep until 12 p.m. I didn't sleep until midnight. You know why? Because they sat down again and started redoing this thing. Some people sit down and listen again to everything I taught, just to ensure that they get everything that they need to get. Do the work. You will get the results. Okay? All right. So let's go to exercise 5. So let's say you currently have let's say you currently have 2 or 3 I could statements, and you've broken each of the I could statements, you've broken it down into levels, and you still have like 2 or 3 viable options that you are wondering, out of these 2 or 3 one now, which one exactly should I do? Validating it will be a good idea, for you to move on. And validating your coaching idea, the first method is by you doing market research. How do you do market research? Number 1, research your competitors. Some of the steps that you use to research your competitors are, you go and identify the top people in your niche. The top people, the people that are really doing well, that you perceive as doing well and big in your industry. Go and research them. You create an Excel sheet if you know how to use Excel. If not, Use your paper and pen. Write them out. So you will now analyze their offerings, what they are doing, their pricing, their marketing strategies. If you have to, do all sorts of research that you can do about them. These are some of the questions that you want to ask as you do the research. Who are the top competitors in this niche? What services or products do they offer? How do they market and price their offerings? What are their strengths? What are their weak? Basically, you want to do a SWOT analysis. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Ask all of these questions and answer it with your research. The second thing is to identify market demand. These are the steps you use to identify market demands. I will show you how to do that now. Go to marketplaces like Udemy, Amazon Books, and all of that. I will go to Amazon now. Let me show you how to do that on Amazon.com. I hope you can all see my screen. I want to be sure that I wasn't only sharing the tab where I have the workbook. Can you see Amazon? Can you all see Amazon on my screen? All right, good. So when you are on Amazon, you come here where you have all, and then you go to books. It doesn't matter whether what you want to create is a course, coaching program, or book. Just come to book. This one is for research purposes. This is for research purposes, right? So now, here I'm going to, you come and write your keywords. You come and write your keywords. So for me, let me use root, for example. Let's say elocution. So I will just write elocution and see what it brings out for me. So we have some products here. The Art of English Elocution. Lessons in elocution. Speak and be heard. Speak like Churchill. Stand like Lincoln. 21 powerful secrets of history's greatest speakers. The essentials of elocution. Lessons in elocution. Can you see all of this elocution? So what you want to do is, I want to look for the one that has very good ratings. So this one does not have good ratings. Let's see if we can filter by ratings. These are the filters. Let's see, can we really actually filter by ratings? No filter by ratings here. So we're going to, so this one has, okay, so this one has 64 ratings. In fact, this one have 658. Speak like Churchill. I don't know whether Churchill speaks, This is, let me look for another one. This one has 9. This one has 65. Voice and speaking skills for dummies. Okay, let me use the one that has 68, for example. This one looks like a politics thing, like a political. That's why I didn't want to use that. So let's say this one. I'll click on the 64 so that it will take me to the ratings. You see what you want to come and do here. Everybody, I hope you're watching. You want to, we are doing market research now. We want to see what people are saying. We want to see what people are saying about a product that looks like yours. So this is 5-star ratings. I bought this book when I first decided to pursue voice acting. See, you will read in between the lines when you are reading these things because it will give you a lot of insights. Do you know the insight I first got for Root, for example, is what? This may be part of your target audience. Voice actors. People that want to learn about elocution. Can you see? Even though it's something else we are here to do, reading the ratings alone gives you insight. So this person is going into voice acting and they think they want elocution training, which means you can reach out, you can target voice actors as part of your audience. I didn't like my recorded voice and I had some diction issues. When I say read between the lines, do you know that I have brought out two things? Excuse me, I've not finished reading this sentence. I already have two things out of here. I'll tell you. My recorded voice. You see the way, sorry, excuse me, please let me take water. You see the way, let me tell all of you, the importance of this thing that you want to do. You want to see how your customers are thinking. Because in a million years, a lot of times you cannot assume. You will be surprised at the direction from which your target audience is thinking from. And you are thinking in a different direction. And you are selling. You are wondering that, why am I selling? Why are people not hearing me? They are not hearing you because you are not saying what they want to hear. You are not really targeting their problems. Because look at this person's problem. For some people, you know that it may not be the pronunciation that is their problem. It is how their recorded voice sounds. Maybe because this person is trying to, pursue voice acting. In recent, I don't know, not everybody maybe, because maybe I was targeted because I'm a practicing coach. There's a foreign coach that I've been seeing his ads, for the last few weeks now. And it is about voice coaching for leaders. About how the guy used to, train a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of coaches like Brendan Burchard, Tony Robbins, and all of that. It actually trained all of them, voice coaching, on how, to speak on stage, how to have the presence, apparently there's a way they train people to have presence and all of that when you are a speaker. So I really engaged with his ad because I was interested in the training. I didn't finally buy it, but it was like, oh, really? So you want to, like I said, look at the big problem in your industry. So, and these are some of, when you are coming with that knowledge and you are reading some of these things, you will just get inspired. You will see the big problem. My recorded voice. And then I had some diction issues. Diction that I wasn't seeing progress with in working with my generalized voice coach. Can you see another one? She was not seeing progress when she was working with a generalized voice coach. It has helped tremendously. Let's go to another rating. Another one. This is a great book for strengthening your voice. The author truly puts different speech strengthening techniques from many different schools of thought. After a few weeks, I'm not saying, Ruth, this is your own. Your own can be strictly elocution and not voice strengthening or whatever. But I'm saying that if this does not apply to you, go and look for another one that is strictly about elocution. You will see what your customers are thinking so that you will think like them. And then don't read only the 5-star ratings. Go and look at the 1-star ratings. The people that ate this book, why did they hate it? I will click on 1 star, but I won't be able to see it because it will want me to log in, and I don't want to log in right now. But for all of you, just create an account if you don't have an account yet, and then you will be able to log in so that you can read all the reviews, both the bad reviews and the good reviews. They will both be useful to you. So let's go back to our workbook. That is how to do market research, to understand. And these are, as you're going through all of this, you can also go to Udemy. Go to udemy.com. You will see a whole range of courses, within your category also. These are some of the questions to ask. What are the most popular topics in this niche? What reviews are people leaving for this product, and what keywords are they using? What is the demand for this niche compared to others? These are some of the questions you want to ask and get the answers to. Method 2. So that is, I have given you 2 things under method 1. Method 2, conduct surveys. This is how to create a survey. You can create a survey using tools like Google Forms or SurveyMonkey. And then you say, Coach Mayowa, I am not techie at all. I don't know how to create Google Forms or SurveyMonkey. Don't worry. I put an alternative for you so that nobody here will have an excuse and say, this is the reason I didn't do market research. You can do market research, okay? So the first, you distribute the survey to your target audience by posting on social media or sending to an existing email list if you have. Alternatively, reach out to relevant family and friends. You will always find within your circle, within your community, you will find family and friends that fall within your target audience. Politely ask them that you would like to put them in a WhatsApp group where you can conduct the survey. When you put them in the WhatsApp, that's for people that say, I am not techie, I cannot create a survey form. These are the questions to ask them when you put them in the WhatsApp group. What are your biggest challenges related to, you put your niche, that's your sub-niche, related to this? What solutions have you tried and what was the outcome? How much would you be willing to pay for a solution to this problem? Can you see all of these questions? Then perform interviews. That's another, this is the second method under method 2. This is the second step. Perform interviews. Create a free offer. Now create a free offer and offer it specially to potential clients so that you can get in-depth interviews from them in return. You want to create data. Data is your friend. Data is very important. Questions to ask them. Can you describe your experience with your sub-niche? What are your pain points and needs in this area? What would an ideal solution look like for you? And then method 3. This method 3 will not do anything here today. On day 3, you will understand. By the time I teach you what I will teach you on day 3 of Expert2Coach Challenge, you will understand how to create a minimum viable product that you can also use as a product validation tool or method. Okay? And I then have several notes for reference that you can, research and use this workbook properly. This marks the end of Expert2Coach June Challenge Day 1. I hope this has been a useful use of your 3 hours. It's almost 3 hours since we started. I hope that it has been a useful use of your 3 hours. You're happy with yourself. You have not wasted the 3 hours, and you have not wasted the money that you paid me, to be on this call. If you have questions, please ask them now in the chat. I will be taking the next few minutes to ask questions and to answer questions if there are any. If you are on Zoom and you would like to ask you have the opportunity to ask your questions via audio, you can raise your hand. You use the raise hand, symbol at the bottom of your Zoom. Use it to raise your hand so that I can unmute you and you can ask your questions if you'd like to ask, through audio. If it says, where can I get the workbook? We sent you an email. We sent you an email with the workbook, so please check your email. You can also send a message to any of the admins. You can send a message to Olubukola or to Coach Richie. They will assist you, in getting the workbook. Yeah. Okay, so Ruth, you can unmute and ask your question.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes,
Thank you so much for the session today. So it's not really a question, it's more of a thought process I'm trying to dissect. Now,
okay.
when you talked about top competitors in my field, yes, there are so many top elocutionists, but they mainly offer training sessions for everyone, like a general thing, and for children. Now, from what you've been saying, that we need to niche down, I'm thinking of niching down on women. Like, women in business, career women, women in leadership. And I have not seen anyone around doing that. And something in me tells me it's going to blow, like it's going to be really good. But then there's that part of me that is also scared. Like, should I? Should I not? So what do you
So
think?
you may not have seen the person, or you may not have seen people really exhibiting that around you, but that is the point of the exercise 5 research. When you do this research, you will find them. They exist, right? They exist. So you will find them and you will be able to see what they are doing and all of that. Now, let me say this. Some people are in very unique industries, very unique categories that you may find it difficult to really see people expressing exactly what you want to do. That does not mean you have to be afraid to do it because you feel like, why are people not doing this? There's nobody doing this and all of that. No, it may just be that is like where a big tap is going to open to you because you will now be like a pioneer in that industry. That is why I put that last product validation method, that is creating an MVP, creating a minimum viable product. That's why that is the last, that is the last method that you can use. So for people with such unique areas, all you need to do is get your messaging right. By the end of day 2, you will get your messaging right. Don't worry about that one. By the time you
Okay.
get your messaging right, you will attract the people that will need it. You will create an MVP product, execute it, and that will help you to validate your coaching business. You will then know whether this is where you want to put all of your effort and resources to grow that business.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
hope
I'm
that.
waiting for the then. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other person who else wants to ask a question? Please raise your hand if you have. Let me look at YouTube. Oh, okay. Tina, you want to ask a question? Okay, you can unmute.
Thank you so very much for that very brilliant presentation. I think it's more than a presentation. Evidently, it's a ministry that you have. It was a lot intense, but very logically presented with a lot of passion too. Thank you so much. It's really wonderful. But I want to find out for people like us who want to take this further down, what kind of mode of interaction do you want to open for us to talk with you? I mean, to interact with you. Are we going to just be using the WhatsApp, or is there a possibility of us really reaching out to you via phone? That's one. Then secondly, I wanted to also find out or let you know that I was one of those who initially was able to access the portal, what you sent to us, the information. But somehow I just assumed because I couldn't access even the workbook at the time. So, but this morning when I wanted to get them printed out, I discovered that it wasn't there anymore. So, and I like because I saw how you were really using it. I wanted to have everything laid down to, follow step by step, but couldn't access. I don't know if it's possible for maybe the administrator to resend or do something. Yeah. So I really want to appreciate that.
Notes, can you drop your details?
Okay, I will.
Coach Richie will attend to you and ensure that you get the workbook. So now let me answer your question. So because you paid for the accelerated version, you are in a different group, right? You are in a separate group.
All right.
Yeah. So in that group, you can ask your questions. I'm not yet in that group, but I will join tonight. You will see me tonight so that you can ask questions in the group. I will answer. Also tomorrow, I'm giving an assignment. I've not even given the assignment right now. So I'm giving an assignment. You drop the assignment so that I can, because I would like to review for each person, right, in that group. As for if you want to dig further and work further and all of that with me, I have offers that I will still pitch to you anyway on day 3 of this Expert2Coach challenge for those that would like to, work further with me, I have offers. But I always tell people that I'm not ready to say anything about that right now, because that is not the focus of Expert2Coach Challenge yet. The focus for me for day 1 and day 2 and day 3 is to give you everything you need, such that you build your foundation right. And you will get it by the time we are done with Expert2Coach Challenge. So, yeah. But honestly, I may not attend to personal questions, because I will be busy anyway. I always take out time to ensure that Expert2Coach Challenge week, I can focus on Expert2Coach and do all, but still, I still run businesses. I have other businesses apart from my agency itself. So, and I still need to spend a few hours with them. So I can be stretched thin, very thin during Expert2Coach Challenge. But I can assure you that within the group, I am there answering all questions. And my team is also there. If it is any technical or whatever, they will sort it out.
All right. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Colossus, please ask your question. You can type it out on YouTube. Yeah, thank you, everybody. No ways, it's worth it. Yes, so yeah, good. Thank you for that feedback. So, Christ to Billions, how would someone like me, who feel like what I have in my sub-niche should be done as ministry, but feel somehow about monetizing it? Christ to Billions. I think that is a personal conviction. And it's something that you really need to work out by yourself. So ask yourself or maybe you need to pray about it and hear what God is saying to you about it. But I don't want you to feel somehow. That word that you use, saying you feel one type of way or somehow and all of that. When God gives you gifts, you see, ministry can be expressed in different ways. All right. I am a marketplace evangelist. See, this thing that I do, I don't take it lightly. You know why I don't take it lightly? Because I know that I was sent to do it. I'm not trying to be very spiritual on this call, please, but, I'm a spiritual person. So I'm trying to address Christ to Billions to tell you that go and look at what you want to do. Break it down. Follow this thing that I've taught you in class today to break it down, whether you want to monetize it or not. Do it, break it down. After you have broken it down, now sit down and talk to God about it. He will let you know whether he wants you to monetize it or not. But know that if you decide to monetize it, it is not a sin. And you should not feel any type of way about it, as long as you are putting in your effort, you are using your resources, you're using your time, you're putting in your effort, and even God's man of God must chop. Even a man of God must eat. So if that is the way, if it is through your gifts or the talents that God has given to you, even if it is through the word of God that God wants to use to bless you, he knows how to do it. He will tell you how to do it. He will give you a way to go about it. Even if you don't monetize it, and then you start creating groups and communities and all of that, and you start expressing as a ministry, you will also understand, how to get something out of this. It could be that you teach, and then you can sell materials. I'm not going to teach you how to or tell you exactly what to do. But I think that you will know. You just need to sit with yourself. But I will advise you to do all of this breakdown first, because it will give you added clarity, and then you take it up, with God. What's that? It will say, my questions plenty. I don't even know where to start from. You have to start somewhere, because I won't be able to help you if you don't start somewhere. What about using content as, let me see. I can't, where is that? Did you delete it? I was reading a question now and I can't see it again. Okay, what about using content as books, effective video programs and courses to position one as the authority? Do I understand your question? What about using content as books? So you're saying using things like books, educative video programs, and courses to position one as, yeah, you can, of course. Those are some of the things that you will use to position yourself as the authority. You know, evidence and credibility. And evidence could be you teaching. And when you're teaching, people could see that, he knows what he's talking about. He's speaking facts. He's saying, so that could be an evidence, and it could also help you show your credibility. So yes, these are some of the things you can use to build authority. Dixon says, please talk to us about those in education sector. This is a very general question. What exactly do you want me to talk to you about as you're in the education sector? It's a very general question. It's not specific enough for me to know how to answer it. Ibegbule says, a man's gift makes room for him. Thank you, Ibegbule. That is to Christ to Billions question. Ify, all right, you can unmute. iPhone, Ify, they look alike.
Hello, good evening, ma. Good
evening.
I'm so grateful for tonight's class, honestly. Actually, I've known you for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Even before you started this coaching of a thing, yeah. I got to know you from Udi Food.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
And for long, I've been searching for a coach online that I want to undergo this kind of training. In fact, I've spent a lot of money, but I'm so happy. When I now saw your advert, I said, she's into coaching. Okay, let me give her a trial. And I am happy I'm here tonight. But honestly, all you've been saying here is not as if it has not been gelling, but I'm having a little bit challenge. Okay, I know you are giving us an assignment for me to submit, but this question is going to help me to narrow it down. Hello, Ma, are you there?
I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening to you.
Okay. So I never had in mind of being a coach or something, but I know when I was growing, once you're a career speaker or a career talk person or a coach, you're one of my bestie. So with time, I started developing interest. I want to be a kind of maybe a coach or a career speaker or something like that without having any area that I want to specialize. But one thing I know of is when you talk, when you preach, when maybe in the class you're having something like a workshop, people always feel so loved the way you preach, the way you talk, the way you direct, even at work, maybe under your department. If you are not there, people think things are not being done well. Sometimes I find myself in a situation, I don't know how, I'm not married, I was single then. I don't know how I find myself in situations that when couples have issues, maybe in the family, I will be the one that I would settle the issue. Most of them will be like telling me, if you do know you're a powerful marriage counselor. But I don't have any knowledge on this. And my marriage is still young. So I was now thinking, should I put it not just money aspects? Let me just take it in a place that a lot of people will drive. Just generally give teachings to couples. Sorry, it's taking long. Then at a time, I noticed that young people always fall at me for advice. And when I tried to find out why, they said, whenever you mentor me, whenever you give me advice, he's always a successful one. When I found myself from stop working, I found myself in the midst of doing business at the market. Then you find out sometimes people that have been into business before you, they fall at you for advice. And within myself, I'll be asking myself, what is this special thing about me? People see you at the top where you are not seeing yourself. So all this thing, the whole of all this mess, I don't even know where to start to say this is my niche.
I hear you. I hear you, and I understand you. You know, exactly when you are getting feedback from different areas. And that is exactly where one of the reasons why day one is structured the way it is structured, right? So my advice to you would be that I want you to listen to the replay of day one more time.
Okay.
And while you are doing it, this is what I want you to do. Because as you are talking right now, I think I identified about 3 things, 3 different areas. You said you talk to young people, you give them advice, they listen. So that, can be you coaching young adults or teenagers or something. You talk to married people, or people is it married people or people having relationship problems? And then you help them sort out their relationship problems, and then you also talk to, you started doing business, market women will come to you, you will give them advice. That is business advice. There's business advice, there is relationship advice, there is, growth, maybe any type of growth for teenagers and all of that. You know what that means? It is when you start with what we did in this day one, you start with all of the things you love doing. These are some of the things you mentioned. You now start with skills. So skills that you have is, you have the skill of counseling and giving advice. You can put that down. You can now also think about the real skills that you have, soft skills and hard skills. Maybe one of the reasons why you are able to help people is because of your analytical thinking or strategic thinking or whatever. So sit down and really bring out your hard skills and soft skills, right? When you have done that, when you now start doing the specific areas of excellence, you from everything you've written down about your skills and all of that, when you now bring out specific areas of excellence, you see, let's say, for example, in number 1, you identify 10 things that you love to do. By the time you start bringing out your specific areas of excellence, it will streamline. They will not be up to 10 again. Because you will be able to remove one. Some will be qualified, some will not be qualified. Let me give you an example. You just said it now that, remember I taught it in the niche clarity webinar, if you were there, where I said that you have to have evidence and credibility. So if you say you want to be a marriage counselor, even though you feel like you and you are still young in marriage, right? But it doesn't matter it doesn't matter that you are young in marriage, because you already have evidence, meaning that you have helped many people and they cannot just say, hey, she advised us. No, but you have solid evidence that it was your advice that actually mended their marriage. That could be enough to overshadow and give you the credibility that you need and overshadow the fact that you're young and young in marriage. So if you have enough evidence, you ask yourself, in all of the things that you listed out, because you see, your problem is how to streamline and arrive at one, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Everything, as you are breaking it down, ask yourself, do you have evidence and credibility? Yes, you know all of them. But for each one, ask yourself, do you have evidence and credibility, evidence and credibility, evidence and credibility, and continue to break it down up to the level. We now use the method we used in class today. But as you are doing it, be asking yourself, because the answer at the end of the day, you remember what I taught, that if you don't have acts, evidence, and credibility, it will be difficult.
Okay. I think I understand.
By the time you do that, you will either arrive at 1 or 2, and then you now do your market research. It will now seal it. By the time you do your market research, you will see which one is absolutely viable and which one you can go with. And I hope that has helped every other person that has this kind of question, about which one of their ideas they should pick.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ife.
Yeah.
All right. Kofo, you can unmute. We are way past our time, so I have 6 more minutes. Kofo, please go straight to the point. I have some comments, some questions also, left as comments that I want to answer so that I can round this up by 10 minutes past 10.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. Yeah, I think this exactly what we are doing here is what has been holding me back for so long. So I am divorced. I was divorced because I'm a marriage coach, but I was having problems in my marriage, ended up divorced. And now I'm married again, and my marriage is beautiful, connected, everything I want, right? But I'm still a marriage coach. Now I need to, niche down, like who exactly am I trying to help? So when you said I could, so I came up with I could help divorced women who are looking to be married again and they want to get it right the second time, just like I did, because I have evidence that I can do it, that I've done it. And then I could help women, high achieving women who are currently struggling in their marriage, the way I was struggling in my marriage, so that they can have, because their marriage is disconnected and there's no love, there's no love. So when I look at the two I knew that based on what you've taught us, the evidence, the credibility, the first one sounds like the best option. But I'm not interested. I don't really want to do that. Like is the second one, like I just want to help unhappy married women on how to fix their marriage. But I'm concerned about two things. One, the credibility area. Then two, the fact that I didn't fix my disconnected marriage. I left. So, and I teach feminine energy anyway, like when women know how to lean back and allow the man to lead. And sometimes the outcome is unpredictable when you do that. So I don't know how to choose. Yes, this is where I'm struggling. I don't want to be preaching stay, we can fix this, to women who are actually in an unhealthy marriage. I want to help women who are in a healthy, not in a toxic marriage, but they are having problems and it can be fixed. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I'm just struggling with which audience to focus on, that it makes sense in terms of marketing, but it's also something that I want to do. I like.
I get you. I understand you. So let's break this down. And I really didn't want to spend so much time but I think I will have to extend the class a little.
Thank you.
So the first one, so for both of them, the equation is not complete.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, there is evidence and credibility, but there is no love.
Yes.
The second one, there is love. Evidence and, I don't know, you can create evidence. So that's the thing. You can create evidence for that second one. Probably, by seeing that, by illustrating that some of the things that you are doing in your new marriage, maybe you think you wish, or maybe that if you had done it in your first marriage, you could have fixed that marriage. I don't know if that is true or correct, but I'm just giving an example of how you could create evidence, even though there is the big gap of why didn't you fix your first marriage and you're asking me to fix mine?
Yes.
You understand? Because it is a valid concern, and that is why I said love, evidence, and credibility. They must marry themselves. Is to really be a viable niche. Right?
Yeah.
But then you said that, you see, there's always a way to go about these things. What if where you want to, because then where you want to start at the top of the funnel. I've not taught you about funnel. I will teach you funnel on day 3. But when I say funnel, just know that when we are talking about the top of the funnel, that is where your target audience is coming from. Now, positioning at the top of the funnel matters. What if you position as first, maybe you have a low ticket product or a small product at the top where it talks, where you say you want to, something around analysis, I can't wrap my head around the right word, but something around analysis, or like you want to help them analyze, is it fixable? Or
Should I stay?
Should I stay or go? You have evidence and credibility for that.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you have left a marriage, you were able to decide whether to stay or go. And you know that there are a lot of women in that position that are like, should I stay or should I go? So if you have the tools to help them decide whether it is fixable or not fixable, you then show them that at the beginning, at this thing. So if they now pass, maybe some things that makes it fall under or unfixable, they don't have it. Maybe to you, unfixable is not beating me, is not cheating. So it is fixable. Then you can now say, come to my coaching program. Let me coach you how you can fix it. I have a very good marriage right now, and there are things that I know I could have used to fix my first marriage. Something like that. Maybe something like that angle. But that is an idea for you. Go and think more about it.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. Good.
Thank
Yeah. Okay. Awa Ahmed, you can unmute. That will be the last audio question that I will take, please.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Hawa.
Your session today has been really mind blowing. Like it has really made one to like deep into your knowledge. Like everything is in there. It's just that how to put it together and how to craft it is probably what a lot of people have a problem with. So it has really helped me. So far, so good. So I was able to, when I started crafting out my unique sub niche. Level 1, I was able to bring it out as wealth. Level 2, entrepreneurship. Level 3, what problem are you solving? A lack of technical knowledge in terms of communicating your ideas or your design idea or creative ideas to the carpenters, whoever is going to produce the furniture. So level 4, what way are you going to, how do you intend to do that? So using a step-by-step beginner-friendly guide that provides technical skills for creating maybe furniture, cabinet designs, and then the cutting list for production to ensure efficiency and profitability. Because most times people, let's say, and then, okay, sorry, let me not jump. Then level 5 is, who are you creating this for? Aspiring interior design entrepreneurs venturing out to start their businesses. So it's not for everybody. Or maybe as an interior designer, if you're working under someone, you probably don't need this. Or if you decide you
question.
Yeah. You said?
I said I want you to ask me
Okay.
the question.
So now the thing is, I was able to bring out all those things without looking at anything and all that, just following your likely. But by the time I went to market research, checking Ebony and Amazon, there was nothing close to this offer in any of those, because probably because our industry here in Nigeria is different. Over there, they do a lot of DIY. They're their own plumbers, they're their own carpenters. So their own, can kind of like offers were directed to laymen. It doesn't happen here. Yes. So when I try to do
research on
the
Instagram, Facebook, in your industry, look at people that are trying to do something like that also in your
okay,
industry.
okay,
So
yeah,
that's
because
one way.
yeah,
Another way is using surveys.
okay,
You know, I put the method for surveys. Another way is using there are so many ways you can do your market research. It does not have to be just one method.
okay,
That method that would work for you will be interviews, surveys,
okay.
and also, you know, the first one that says, you know, look at your competitors,
Industry, okay,
Instagram,
yeah,
Facebook, you go to Google and all of that.
okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so before I answer the questions in the comments, please let me give the assignment. So your assignment for people on Zoom is write out your I could statement. So I want you to write out your so you write out I could statement. You write out your main niche, whether it is health, wealth, or relationship, and then you now break down your breakdown. You now give me your breakdown from level 1 to 5. I want to see it. So that is what I will be reviewing for everybody tomorrow, because those things are really, really, really important. You have to get it right. Now, there is an AI tool that will be given to everybody, both people on YouTube, and so you have to create a ChatGPT account. I want to quickly put you through how to use it. Everybody, please focus on this. I'll share my screen shortly. Just let me load it. Now, this is not it is ChatGPT for those that know or have used ChatGPT before, but it is a customized tool that has been customized for day 1 Expert2Coach challenge, right? So a link will be sent to you. When that link is sent to you, let me share my screen. Or am I sharing my screen right now? I don't think so. All right, let me share. So this is the link. This is what you will see. You could use it on desktop. You can use it on mobile. This is what you will see. That's the link for the GPT tool for day 1 of Expert2Coach challenge. All of my knowledge about this day 1. For some of you that are still having questions, just come and use this tool. You think I have blown your mind today, Abi? Come and use this tool and let it blow your mind again. Okay? So all you want to do is just start by, you see this button that says guide me through workbook 1 Expert2Coach. Just click it. When you click it, it will start. You will now start having a conversation with it. You have all of the answers already, because there are things that you've given answers to before that it will still be asking you. But this time around, each of your answers, it will now help you. It's like you have me in form of this AI and you are having conversation with it. So now, it's now saying, you see, it gave you examples. Write down your passion. Please write down at least 3 to 5 things you're very passionate about. And then you write it out. You give some examples, and then you write it 3 to 5 passions. After you've written it, it will ask you the next question. After you've written it, it will review it for you, and then it will ask you the next question. And then by the time you get to the place where you have to break down your sub-niche, you will get much more clarity, okay? And I have a GPT tool for all the classes. On day 2, there are 2 GPT tools, but only people in accelerated version will get the 2 GPT tools for day 2 for creating offers, creating phantom offer, creating irresistible offer. They are very valuable tools. So if you are not yet in accelerated session, all you need to do is just upgrade your payment with 52,500, and you'll get my review. You'll be able to use the GPT tools. You will have access for 6 months, and you have the comprehensive workbooks. I hope you are able to take advantage of this before we end the challenge, so that you can get the full experience of Expert2Coach challenge. Let me quickly answer questions from the comments before we round up the class tonight. Yes, guys, so if you have any support issue, please send an email to support@launch-smart.com with a dash in between. One moment, I think I figured, okay, I've answered your question already. Mutia says, at what point do you integrate an already developed framework into the niche level? That's level 3, 4. Between level 3 and 4 is when you integrate an already developed framework. Ideally, level 4, but still, level 4 has to break down from level 3. So in between level 3 and level 4 is when you integrate it. Mutia said, I just gained access to Zoom. I dropped this on YouTube, but was not selected. Oh, so I need a quick review on the following. Well, don't worry, just do your assignments. All of these things will be, by the time I review with you in the group tomorrow, since you're on accelerated, all of this will be sorted that time. Marie says, what about when you don't have evidences? How do you build it for those who are starting? You can build evidence by creating an MVP product, which is one of the things that I added on workbook 1. But I said that I will not teach or say anything about it until day 3, because you will then have better understanding of what I want you to do when I talk about building an MVP. So one very major way of building evidence is by building an MVP. I will say more about it on day 3. Bola Olawale, please, can you repeat the assignment? Don't worry, my team will drop it. They will drop it for you in the group so that you can follow it and just do it. Now, any questions on YouTube? Secondly, what's that? Ew. I feel that people just use me to get emotional or mental well-being. How do I monetize this thing that I've been doing for free almost all my life? That is what you are here to learn on Expert2Coach Challenge, how to monetize it, right? How to build the foundation so that you can start charging. So just follow the classes and do all of the things that you need to do. Please, what's the speaker's name? I don't think that applies to you. I'm in the legal sector and I'm hoping to focus on young entrepreneurs. It is a contract commercial. That's not a question. Please speak on helping women break free from past hurt and pain. So I don't know exactly what you want me to speak on it, but because the question is not specific enough. But I think that what I would advise everybody that may still be having issue about, just go and, how do I put it? Just go and, again, I don't use to give basic participants replay access to Expert2Coach. I don't use to. I changed that, after a while, because I just feel like, okay, let me give people access, at least even if it is for the week, to be able to watch again and replay. And really, because some people will need to watch me again and listen to this again to really, really get what I was saying. So what I will say to people that have, because you've asked me questions that are not specific enough. So if you ask me to talk more about helping women break free from past hurt and pain, all you need to do is decide which niche you belong to. Is it health? Is it wealth? Is it relationship? When you find that out, you start breaking it down. Level 1, level 2, level 3, just like I have taught in class. Again, another thing you can do, which absolutely helps you to get over, questions like this, is to use the GPT tool. Okay. Now, for some people, when you are using the GPT tool, especially if you are on a free ChatGPT account that most people can be, it's better you start using it as soon as possible, because after a while, especially if you've had a long conversation with it, it will throttle you. It will throttle your responses because you are on the free plan. So it will ask you, it will ask you to wait like 3 hours or 4 hours before you can continue to use the GPT tool. That is not something controlled by me. It is controlled by the application, the ChatGPT application itself. So for people that are on the pro plan of ChatGPT, for example, if you pay the $20 per month, you won't have that problem. For people that are on free account, not everybody will have it, depending on how often you use it. So some people may have that problem. I want you to look out for it and just know that you just have to let the time pass. Immediately the time elapses, you will be able to start using it again. I hope that is clear. Thank you everybody for sticking with me for, wow, this is 3 hours, 30 minutes. Isn't that amazing? I hope you've all gotten clarity. I will see for the review people, for the accelerated people that will be reviewing tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow morning. I will start review by 10 a.m. I would usually start review by 10 a.m. and finish by 3 p.m. So anything that you have to submit, if you want to submit and you want my feedback, you must submit between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Submissions at 3:01 will not receive a review from me. It is between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., please. I will take my time and finish up everything that is submitted between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. All right, guys. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me. I will see you all in class on Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. for day 2 of the Expert2